What is going on, y'all? Welcome back to the Huey Show, episode 7, I believe. I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure that is correct. It is episode 7. It is your boy. Sorry about the long little pause in between the episodes. Your boy one got sick, and then your boy got caught up doing some other shit. But we are back today. And today it's probably gonna be mostly NFL. So if you want NBA takes, that might be a different episode. I will let you know. There will be some NBA takes, but we have a new bandwagon fan in this motherfucker who never.
Great introduction, thank you.
Yeah. Listen. I was gonna throw a cheap shot and say your nickname from Vernon.
Oh God,
I was.
That would have been worse. You know what?
but instead, I gave you the good old bandwagon.
Bandwagon, yeah.
Welcome, my boy Derek.
Thank you.
Denver, not a Denver native, but this man, you would think he is.
I was brought home in a John Elway jersey as a baby.
Man. Here we go.
My great grandparents were the first season ticket holders for Mile High Stadium.
This man bring you back to his great grand.
Yeah,
but that's a fact. That is a fact. Welcome, Derek. You know what? I'm trying to think. I'm not gonna lie, Derek. I don't even remember when I really met you per se. I think it was after I came back from being down south.
Yeah, probably still Vernon, but like
4th, 5th grade.
Probably 5th grade. Yeah.
Because I came back and the first person who introduced him, I would never forget this. I don't know why he did. Was Elvin.
Yeah.
I probably should have said his last name. Since it cut that little last part out, just keep Elvin. But yeah, Elvin was the first person to say, welcome back. And Elvin always looked high.
Yeah, even as like a 5th grader.
Yeah. He always looked high. But yeah, man, this man has been Broncos since I have seen him. Broncos helmet.
Oh, hell yeah.
I think even when we used to play NFL Blitz back in those days, when Matt used to always sell us both. Yours was the worst though, I ain't gonna lie. Yours was one of the worst. Because when you guys were up like big, it was me and Danny versus you and Matt, and you guys were up 20 at some point.
Oh yeah, and we still lost. Yeah,
and then we came back. Yep. Never forget when it happened to me too. I think at Matt's house. When you collapsed on the floor and didn't talk for like 5 minutes.
I was probably salty.
Yeah.
I mean, I take that game very seriously.
I mean, fair enough. I think you definitely have the winning record in terms of between all of us that have played on Blitz.
Oh, I've played season mode.
No, but I'm talking about between.
Oh yeah,
between us.
But what I'm saying is I've sat down by myself with a memory pack.
He be cheating sometimes.
Which was like, $30 on Amazon to get one. Just so I can play the game on the 64 and save my progress and play a full season over and over and over again.
I grew up off Madden, and he's won sometimes against me in Madden.
Oh, I'm bad at Madden.
No, but you beat me, I think, 2 or 3 times in Madden before.
Yeah, but I can't even Madden call 13. Audibles, It's a little different.
Nah, you knew how to call audibles in Madden 13. You figured it out. Yes, you did.
I never did. I would never call an audible.
Well, you beat me twice with at least 2 or 3 times. I remember that. Definitely at Danny's house.
That's fair. But I'm definitely not smart enough to call an audible. That's why I like NFL Blitz. You call the play, you can flip the play, and that's it.
Yeah, that's because that's just arcade.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like NFL Streets.
Oh man, I used to play that on the Xbox at Boys and Girls Club. Such a good game.
It was what I didn't play. NBA Streets was for me at good old Willie's house. Shout out to him. He just dropped an album. So did my boy Roman. I always forget the name of the album because the name of the You Must Not Be Listening. I'm pretty sure it's the name of the album. If not, he will correct me. Are You Even Listening? There you go. Are You Even Listening? He also dropped the album, so congratulations to them both. Go check it out. I'm pretty sure it's on Spotify, both of them. Spotify, Apple, the 9 yards. And I forgot to say we are in Rack Studio, the one and only. So Derek, let's get right into the shit. So NFL second half, right? Most of the teams have played quite a bit. If you want to go down to the AFC East North,
okay.
I can tell you who do you think is gonna come out as number 1, and then who do you think is gonna come out as the wild card?
Okay.
I don't care about number 2 because number 2 usually loses.
So the easiest is the AFC West.
Mm-hmm.
That's the Chiefs.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, as much as I love the Broncos, they're not winning.
That's arguably them not winning is arguably as to why you're looking at the NBA season right now. I feel like.
Okay, no need to call me out that hard, but like, but even regardless of the Broncos sucking, the Raiders also suck, and the Chargers are really good at losing, like
against teams they should win usually.
Well, throughout their whole history, they had the best quarterback tight end duo for like 10 years.
Best show on turf.
Yes, and they still lost.
All the time.
I think they won a playoff game throughout that whole thing. You know, as much as I don't like Phillip Rivers, you know,
was that 2000s?
Yeah, 2000s.
No, but I'm trying to think of the best show on turf.
Oh, that was the Rams.
Oh, that was
the greatest show on turf.
Oh, I thought that was the Chargers. I don't know.
Nope. No, because the Rams actually won a ring, which is why they were the greatest show.
That's true.
No, they had Phillip Rivers and Antonio Gates.
Yep, Antonio Gates had that nasty one-hand snack that I still remember.
They were the best, and they still couldn't do anything with it. And I think that is just the Chargers.
I wonder if that's the reason as to why the Chargers always like leave. Like that's why San Diego can never keep a team.
Yeah,
because now it's the LA Charger.
But that's kind of how it works with any team. Like if the Bills weren't winning, they wouldn't have gotten a new stadium. You know, any team that's not doing.
The Bills have like a. Well, that's not true because Seattle lost the Supersonics. So
yeah,
I was gonna say the Bills have like historical context to them that.
Yeah, kind of. Yeah, I could see that too.
That'd be like pulling the Giants and Jets out of New York.
Yeah,
they wouldn't do that.
Out of New Jersey.
Taking it, no, but I'm saying just by changing it from a Y to a J will make their thing plummet.
Yeah, that's fair.
So that's why the New Jersey Nets became the New York Nets or Brooklyn Nets.
Yeah, they also moved to Brooklyn. Yeah,
that's what I'm saying. That's because of that reason.
To be fair, going to those Jersey Net games, the few basketball games that I've seen were really fun.
No, I'm not gonna lie. My first basketball game was at Miami Heat versus New Jersey Nets.
I think mine was 76ers Nets, and it was a garbage game.
Yeah, you wild on that. I wouldn't have went to that. I would have stayed home.
No, it was free tickets.
Listen, my time ain't free. I don't care what age I am. My time's not free.
As someone that wasn't fluent in basketball, it looked like basketball. I had fun. I mean,
you know what it is? It's probably because I grew up in basketball, so I can tell a good game versus what's going to be a rough. Same thing with NFL. The older I got, the more it's like, you know, are the Jets and Chargers going to be the best game? No, but they ain't going to be the worst.
Yeah.
Like, there's going to be some good moments in there. It's just this year, there wasn't a lot.
Yeah.
But thankfully, I'm not a Jets fan. I'm a Giants fan.
Yeah.
But
well, I'm not sure if that's better.
4-1.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I got to see them win.
I'm saying this year.
I got to see them win.
That's fair.
The last time the Jets won, and I always bring this up, and they can never say nothing to me. The last time they won, my grandpa was graduating high school.
Okay.
He has his 1969 yearbook.
I'm saying this year specifically. The Jets have the excuse of being able to be like, oh yeah, we don't have our starting quarterback. Our team was supposed to be turned around by this one dude from Green Bay. I'm
not hearing that. No, I'm not rolling with that. Let me tell you why. Right? I would roll with it if this was Aaron Rodgers in his 20s. Aaron Rodgers in his early to mid 30s. You picked him up at 38.
Okay.
39.
Still, Aaron Rodgers at 38, 39.
You had options. Lamar.
That's
Carr.
Okay. Carr. Come on.
Which one would you rather have? A Zach Wilson or a Carr?
That's true. But I would rather have Aaron Rodgers over both of those. I think that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, but as you can see, the main concern coming into the season was him being whether or not he could stay healthy with his age.
Yeah.
That was a key point. I went head first into the mic. That was a key point.
Yeah.
So the fact that the first 4 plays in, he gets
injured,
torn Achilles, and then you guys are trying to make him come back before the end of the season, even though you guys are currently right now, I think 4-4.
Yeah, I think they're 50-50.
Yeah, 4-4.
But I would still, I don't know. I think Derek Carr is good, But I think if you're able to have Rodgers on the field, that's better.
I think anything's better when you have a quarterback that has a ring.
Yes, but I will say you're right. Both of those options are better than Zach Wilson.
That's what I'm saying.
I mean,
you can at least got a Derek Carr, and then you can say he'll be there. Like they're 5-4. The Saints.
They probably could have picked up Andy Dalton and have done better.
Like think about it. If 5-4 in their division right now, they'd be tied with Buffalo.
Yeah, that's crazy though.
See what I'm saying?
Buffalo. I don't know why Buffalo is so bad right now.
All right, but fair enough. Let's get back to the point at hand. We were talking about AFC.
So we can go to AFC East.
Okay.
I think the Dolphins are in the lead right now.
Yes. I got something for them too.
But they haven't won a good game yet.
They haven't beat a good team.
A good team. I'm sorry. Yeah.
0-3. I got them stats.
Yeah.
Got them
stats.
And
then they're 7-3 on the year. They lost to the Bills, Kansas City, yep, in Germany.
And 49ers, was it?
Probably 49. That sounds right.
It's either 49ers or somebody else. They somebody with the running record. What's the name? Losing against contenders. Eagles.
Okay, yeah, that's fair.
Yeah, they lost to the Bills, the Eagles, and the Chiefs.
Yeah, I think that Bills game means more than the other two.
Oh, because they've had a rivalry with them for years.
Exactly. Well, they're in the same division too. I think it would be if the Bills lose tomorrow to my Broncos, they're not a playoff team.
So pretty much that whole division, not a playoff team. That's what it sounds like. Or not a playoff team, just not a contender for a ring.
Yeah, that I think that's fair. I like. The Bills have been very hot and cold, and if the Broncos are able to pull off a win against this, they're going to the Super Bowl type team, then they're not a Super Bowl type team. The Broncos should probably be tanking right now, to be honest.
And you guys are still trying to win.
I don't believe in tanking. I understand the mindset of like, yeah, we'll just get better draft picks, but you have to be able to develop said draft picks. That's why teams that tank all the time don't do well, because you have to develop that talent, right?
Not necessarily. They get the talent and they get somewhere, but they don't necessarily win all the time.
Okay, you have to be able to develop some talent. You have to get something, in the 6th round and in these later rounds. You have to get something that maybe isn't a GOAT in the position.
Shannon Sharp?
Shannon Sharp's the exception, right? So is
No, I'm saying Tom Brady's the exception too, but I'm saying I'm agreeing with your point. I'm not going against. I'm agreeing.
You're right, because Shannon Sharp was a project. Yeah, you're right. Yeah,
Shannon Sharp he went from special teams.
Yep.
To being a running back, a wide receiver that blocked, and then they made him into a tight end.
Yep. Yeah, I forgot about that. Yeah.
So I'm agreeing with your point. You do have to be able to develop something.
Yeah. You have to be able to have some sort of, I guess, program that helps, the great players become GOATs, or the good players become great. You need something like that in order to actually be a Super Bowl team or to be a playoff team. I don't think a lot of the teams that tank, the Cardinals, the Browns, all these teams, they tank and then you end up with Johnny Manziel or, even Baker Mayfield. To
be fair, I disagree with. And I do have a topic for that. I think the problem that we have is that because QB is the most important position, and this is just for QB. Yeah. Because a QB might be a great QB in college. It might be even a GOAT in college, but he might not translate to the NFL. Johnny Manziel could have been, not average like Mahomes, because Mahomes wasn't average, but he wasn't as great as he is now.
There were issues with Johnny Manziel before he was even drafted.
That is true. He was a well-known partier.
Well, that and people had him projected going like 15.
He didn't go 15.
He went 1. Manziel. He was drafted first. I believe it was like
no. I got you right here.
It was like top 5. I'm pretty sure.
I don't recall that. We about to pull. He was a 22nd pick.
It was 27.
That's why I said he fell. He fell.
How did the Browns get a 22nd pick?
Because
I guess they traded.
Yeah, because they traded a whole bunch of picks and they were horrible. So they got a whole bunch of picks that they pick swapped with.
All right.
That's why I said he
was
fell.
Was Mayfield high?
Huh?
Was Mayfield the high one then?
Mayfield might have been high.
Okay.
But Mayfield might have came in because I think he had some 2. Oh, wait. Oh, 5 quarterbacks were selected in the first round. Okay, hold on. Let me see. I would appreciate it. Oh, yeah. He was first.
Okay.
First was Baker Mayfield. Second was Saquon. Third was Sam Darnold to the Jets. Denzel Ward, cornerback. I think he's out.
Denzel Ward. It sounds familiar.
Yeah, he's either out the league or... Oh, no. Excuse me. He's a Pro Bowler.
Yeah.
I was about to say. Chubb, which you guys traded. The Broncos.
Yep.
You guys traded on draft day, I think.
No, it was before. It was during the season last year. Oh, okay. I believe.
Which he ended up doing great at the Browns.
He was great. No, he's on the Dolphins.
Chubb?
Yeah, different Chubb.
Oh, I'm thinking of.
Yep, the running back.
Yeah, the running back Chubb, not DE Chubb. I didn't know Josh Allen was the 7th pick.
Yeah. Which again, he was an investment, but you had Brian DeBall, I think his name is, the head coach for the Giants now, who turned him into this amazing
QB, and then he left.
And then he left, and now he's kind of pedestrian again.
With DJ.
Yep.
Well, he's not pedestrian.
Not pedestrian. He's hot and cold.
No,
he has games where he shows up and he's amazing.
1 minute he's good, 1 minute he's great.
Yeah.
As in he can win even when he's good.
But then when he's good, he also throws untimely picks.
That's what I'm saying.
Stuff like that. I mean, I think that's in the bad category. I mean, I don't think that's good. As well.
So what do you argue is good? Or would you say sometimes he's average and sometimes he's good? Would you say that?
Yeah, but I think, is pedestrian good or is pedestrian...
Not really. Pedestrian is like, you know what pedestrian is? I think pedestrian would be like a jag.
A jag.
Just another guy.
Yeah, which is average. You're just another guy.
But you can be a jag and be a backup.
That's true. Yeah.
So there are levels to jags who, because you have, like the Vikings with what's his face?
Cousins?
Yeah, Cousins. He tore his ACL or Achilles. But sometimes he could be just a regular guy who helps you win, and sometimes he'll show out with like 300, 400 yards.
Yeah. He's one of the best quarterbacks to have a 500 record.
That's what I'm saying. So that's what I'm saying. There are levels to people who are just average.
Yeah.
So saying you're pedestrian means you can't. You're behind the backup.
He has some really bad games though.
Oh, definitely. But I think a lot of QBs have very bad games.
Yeah, that's true.
Even great QBs can have some I don't know what he saw.
But I think he doesn't have any. I think he has some
Lamar
Pro Bowl
Jackson
nods, but
was the 32nd pick.
Yes, he was a running back.
Man, don't do my boy like that, man. That man he's having a hell of a year.
Oh no, he is. Don't get me wrong.
It's just that his wide receivers can't catch worth a damn. That's what hurts him.
Well, they lost Odell like week 1, right? I think.
No, but he came back.
Did he come back finally?
Yeah, he came back, but then got hurt again.
Oh, okay.
I'm pretty sure he's hurt again, which I hope he gets better. One, I don't never wish injury on nobody, but he does have a very big. Damn. So this is new to me, by the way. Mm-hmm. So Draft Sharks has a injury guide.
Yep.
He said he has a 61% chance to get hurt sometime during the season and a 5.4% chance to get injured in a game.
That's really bad.
Like projected games to miss. They have a projected game he plans to miss 4.4 games. But he is expected to play though.
Yeah. And when he is on the field, he's one of the best. I'm not sure if I would sign him to a multi-year deal like they did, but he wasn't going to take a contract otherwise. So, and I understand that. Mm-hmm. So yeah, his last missed game, according to this right here, was September 17th. So he was out for 2 games and then he came back. Okay.
But back to what we were originally talking about. So pretty much you're saying Dolphins and then whoever. If the Bills win, or if the Bills win against the Broncos, they are contenders.
If the Bills win against the Broncos, I don't think that says anything. I think it says a lot more if they lose.
Well, they'll be 6-4.
They'll be if they win they'll. Oh no, they're 6-3 now.
Well, right now they're 5-4, so they'd be 6-4.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I mean, if they lose to the Broncos, they're definitely not contenders. The Broncos are not a good team. The Broncos probably shouldn't have beat the Chiefs.
That was crazy.
First time since
your defense stepped up on that though.
The Broncos have won a Super Bowl since the last time they beat the Chiefs. That's how bad it was. They lost to.
Hey. The Chiefs have been killing it though.
Have they?
Not recently. I'm talking about just in terms of against their own division.
In general, okay.
Yeah, against their own division and just in general, they've never been like a horrendous team.
Because this year, if there was any other good team in the division,
it's not no Browns in 2017.
That's fair. I would still pick if there was another team in the AFC West, other than 3 teams that suck in the Chiefs. I would probably pick that team because
they've won.
The Chiefs have been winning. Don't get me wrong, but you have to remember 6 of their games are against.
Well, historically, you guys are the better team.
Oh yeah. I'm talking about for the playoff picture.
Yeah.
The Raiders, Chargers, and Broncos are all really bad right now. So obviously,
well, the Raiders, we gonna talk about them, but they just got a new coach and they've been winning.
If they go to the playoffs with an interim head coach, that would be absurd. Is he an intern?
Yeah, he is. But I'm pretty sure it's not the first time that an interim coach has won.
Has gotten to the playoffs?
Yeah. Hell yeah.
No. What?
Jackson Jaguars has one. Oh, wait. Sorry. The most notable ones. Oh, yes. Here we go. Las Vegas Raiders. Rich Bisaccia apparently brought them as an intern.
Yeah, you're right. And then they didn't hire him and they hired McDaniels. Yep. You're right.
This is old. Hank, this is before us. Hank Balog and I can't say these motherfucking names.
What year was that though?
That's what I'm saying, 1978. This is way before our time.
Yeah.
Dan Campbell with the Miami Dolphins before he was with the
before he was head coach. Yeah.
Yep. Of the Lions.
He was like a Lions coach though, or something like that.
No, but he was the coach.
Well, no, he was the interim.
Yeah.
But before that, I think he was like a very specific, like a lineman coach or something, more specific like that.
Yeah, but there's a history of coaches making the playoffs. Like there's 25 coaches that have done it, interim head coaches. That I don't know.
I would also say that the Raiders aren't in a position in general to make the playoffs.
Now I don't know if they've won a Super Bowl though.
Definitely not. No way. No way.
Well, let me scroll up because the number one might be he's just bringing them to the playoffs.
But looking at the Raiders, you have Jimmy G, who is always injured. You have Devontae Adams, and then you have a couple of guys on defense. You have Hunter Renfrow. Is that Raiders? I think that's Raiders.
Yeah.
But you don't have you might have a wild card caliber team if you happen to pick everything up together from here. But you're more than halfway through the season, and you definitely don't have a team, a unit that I don't think it's going to take you that far.
It's not about taking you far. It's about showing development and showing that you have competent players to get free agents.
I think showing development.
That's what brings in the good free agents. Is development.
But I think you could develop the team and still not make the playoffs.
That's true.
Like, I think that if the Broncos win some good games this year and show that Sean Payton just had to get the reins and start, working on stuff, and that would make the Broncos a desirable location to go. They are not desirable right now.
Fair enough. But now let's do, you want to do probably the most competitive in terms of AFC, the AFC North.
AFC North, that's
Ravens, Steelers, Browns, Bengals. The most competitive.
I think I would go. I think I would probably go Browns or Ravens. Yeah. Cincinnati, I think is really good, but they haven't. They
just got healthy.
They just got healthy.
Arguably healthy. I think they're giving them. This is what I think. I always find it crazy how teams will give out steroids, pills, all that.
Yeah.
But then they won't let them smoke no weed.
No. They let them do it on the offseason now.
Yeah. NBA players are well known for coming out years later and be, oh yeah, I was smoking the whole time. I was smoking. There was some drink that they could drink that would help not have it show up on test.
Oh, okay.
So that's how they did that. But I think right now the Bengals are on a winning streak. They've won 2, I think, 1 or 2.
That's fair.
So I would put them above me personally. This is my view. I would have them to eventually go on a run. They do face the Ravens, I think, tonight, right?
I actually don't know.
Ravens versus Bengals. I think it's tonight. Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, no. Thursday. They're
Oh, okay.
facing
So following Thursday.
Yeah. Yeah. So actually, this upcoming Thursday, November 16th.
Oh, you're right. Today's Sunday.
Yeah. So depending on how that game goes, that's going to tell me everything. But I think truthfully, the Ravens have a hell of a defense this year.
I think the Browns are kind of in a similar position where they have a really good defense. What?
Not defense. Defense, yes, you're right.
Okay.
Defense with Myles Garrett and all of them. Defense, yes. Their offense is going to be what takes them out.
I think their offense has been playing good enough.
It's been inconsistent.
It's been good enough.
Yeah, but you had 3 different QBs in that lineup. And what's his face, I think, just got hurt again, Watson.
No, I thought he just came back.
Let me see.
I think he was out twice and he came back last week. And they shut out the Cardinals.
Status has changed. Let's see. Watson made his return in week 9, which was last week.
Yep, against the Cardinals.
Yep.
And they got shut out.
Watson should be back to normal before... No, I don't think he's playing this game. Oh, wait. The Browns have been dead in news. So he's not on the injury report currently.
Yeah, he played last week. I mean...
Yeah, but they're saying that there's swelling in his shoulder.
Oh, all right. I mean...
So he might not... That's what I'm saying. That's my greatest problem with him. And we're going to talk about him, but that's probably one of my greatest issues with him.
Yeah.
Is that... Yeah, injuries you can't contain, right? Injuries will happen. It's football.
Yeah.
It's a brutal sport. They all know what they sign up for. But not all of his shit was injuries. Some of it was off the field, and I don't like to bring that stuff up.
Yeah, but I think it's fair to bring up because he had to take off. What was
2 years?
I think it was. Well, he took the season off, and then he was
suspended and hurt.
Suspended for 12 weeks.
Yeah, and then I think he also got hurt again too.
Yeah, then he got hurt.
So
and now he's hurt again. As much as I think, what was it? Russell Wilson. Wow, you just said his name and I forgot. Deshaun Watson, and then there was it was Aaron Rodgers as well got signed, and then there was another one that was like 200-something million.
I thought that was Deshaun. Let me see. Contract.
Well, no, I think Deshaun was 200, and then Russell Wilson was really close to that.
Yes, yeah.
I think
I'm trying to think. What year was that? That they?
It was 2 years ago.
So what? 2021.
Yeah, 21 or 22. But as much as Wilson showed up and then sucked for a season, Deshaun Watson didn't play, and now he's injured again. And Russell Wilson, even though they're not, the Broncos still aren't a great team, he's still like top 10 passer rating. So he's not playing terrible.
No.
He's still taking a lot of sacks, which is why his QBR is still like 30.
Yeah, but unfortunately, I always tell people a lot of that. The great teams always had at least a strong defensive or offensive line.
Oh yeah.
You should always have both, but usually they had one or the other. And the teams that won the Super Bowl always had a great defensive line.
Yeah.
And a average offensive line.
Yeah, at least average.
Yeah, at least average. That can give the QB at least 2 to 4 seconds to throw the ball, look down the field, run out if he has to.
Exactly.
And he don't even have that. Same thing with the Jets. Same thing with the Giants. Same thing with maybe even the Raiders. That could be argued a little bit.
Yeah, I don't know how you go after Aaron Rodgers, or same with the Broncos. You go after Russell Wilson, and then you do nothing.
Yeah, no.
You do literally nothing else.
And that was one of Russell, and that was one of Aaron Rodgers' main criticisms when he first got there.
Yeah.
He said, hey, I mean, everything else is great, but I would prefer if, the offensive line gets a little bit bulkier or something. Like,
I need an offensive line.
Yeah, you need something. And people get on my nerves.
Yeah.
When they say, it was the linebacker's fault as to why he got hurt, or it was a turf. I said, no, it was supposed to be a 3-step drop back. He's supposed to take 1, 2, 3 and let it go.
Yep.
He held it. The lineman went to cut. So he went to cut down, and the defensive linebacker went around it. That's what led to the injury.
Yeah.
So,
MetLife Stadium is also famous for ruining people.
That turf, man.
Yeah.
And I don't even think it's a turf, because we've seen other injuries on regular field like that.
They want to ban that type of turf. It's not like turf, like general,
like Oyster Bay turf.
Oh God. Yeah, I would probably get hurt on that too.
Yeah.
But there's types of turf that are more suited for football. And the main thing that the NFLPA says is soccer teams outright ban turf. So there's something set in stone in a smaller, like even like MLS here, they don't use turf.
I think that would create an issue. Now, I have researched this a little bit. Like with certain teams like Steelers, Cleveland, Browns, any team that's more up north.
Colorado can do it.
Colorado's a little different.
Colorado is a mile high.
It's a little different. Let me tell you why. And that's not to say Cleveland, Pittsburgh, and Baltimore, that's not to say they're not football states.
Actually, the Steelers have grass.
Yes, but with the Steelers, have you ever looked at their field?
That's fair. That is very fair.
I mean, that field, that whole stadium needs to get redone.
They probably need a new stadium at some point.
But they don't want to give up the... and that's another thing that gets on my nerves. You guys have to start giving away some of these historical arenas. I get it. It has history. You've won in it. I get it. But there's time for upgrades now.
Yeah. I mean, there are some stadiums that have...
Some of these stadiums need a roof.
Yes.
Even though Buffalo can't do it because there's too much snow. Some of them can do it.
They can. There's a way to do it. There has to be a way to do it.
There's a way, but the question is, do the owners want to pay for it?
I think,
or does the state want to pay for it?
Well, no. I think they actually signed it into our taxes that they're building a new stadium for Buffalo.
Let's see. Oh well, some did come up.
I'm pretty sure.
Oh yes, there is. You are correct.
And I think Hochul made it like 90-something%.
It's
tax.
1.54 billion.
Yeah.
With the well, apparently they are responsible for any additional costs.
Yeah.
And it's gonna have a canopy.
Canopy.
But a canopy isn't a dome.
No, that's odd.
So why would you have a canopy? I assume it's gonna be a really strong fabric or really strong material, whatever it is. But at that point, just build a dome.
Yeah. I mean,
but
does Chicago have a dome yet? Probably not.
No, Chicago doesn't have a dome. Chicago.
What was the team? They recently added a dome to their stadium. It wasn't Chicago. It might have been the Colts.
Why am I only getting into a dome?
Wasn't Green Bay?
Oh, and oops. See, I'm too used to looking up NBA stuff, NFL.
I think all the NBA stadiums are covered.
Yeah, they would. I would hope so. It's a winter sport.
That'd be a weird game.
So these are the ones that are retractable. Well, they have done
outdoor. Yeah,
they have done outdoor games. I think Pistons did one. They were outdoor. I think the Bulls have done a few. So these are the ones with retractable indoor stadiums. So you got Cardinals, of course, which is one of the most well-known ones because they pull their grass out into the open. Falcons, Cowboys, Lions, Texans, Colts, Raiders, Rams, Vikings, Saints.
I think it was the Colts. They took their stadium and they just kind of plopped a dome on top.
But I don't know if you can tell, most of these are hot teams that are in the hot besides the Vikings.
Yeah. Oh, actually, it was the Vikings. It was totally the Vikings. They
probably needed it.
Yeah,
they needed it with all the snow they get.
Well, I mean, as much as I personally think snow games are cool, I totally understand why you don't want snow games.
Well, I've heard the worst games to play in are all the rain games.
Yeah,
because it's just slippery.
Well, I think I would say snow games are worse, but not like the snow games where it's like, oh yeah, there's 2 inches of snow on the field. There was a game, I think it was Steelers-Lions.
Check this out.
Lions at Steelers.
Look at how many North teams that are in the North that have outdoor stadiums that benefit because they're used to playing in it, but it doesn't make any sense. Baltimore Ravens, cold. Bills, cold. Panthers, they're getting a new stadium. Bears, Bengals, cold. Browns, cold. Broncos can be cold. Packers, cold. Jaguars, warm. Chiefs, warm. Dolphins, warm. Patriots, cold. Eagles cold, Steelers cold. Like why do all the teams that are up north?
Well, see, the Broncos don't need the cold to have their advantage.
Well, you guys are also a mile high up.
Yes,
and that's where all the Olympians train too for that reason.
Because it makes your blood more
oxygenated or something like that. It helps with that or something.
Yeah, it makes the blood more receptive to oxygen.
And it's crazy. There's more North teams that have open air stadiums than no. Yeah. I mean, I get it. At the time, they probably said, "Oh, we can't do that." But it's 2020, dog.
That's true.
Or 2023.
But a lot of the North stadiums that you mentioned are a lot of the old teams.
Yeah.
You know, the Bears, the Packers, the Bills aren't older. They're kind of old, but they're not.
Yeah, they're not as old. The Ravens got moved.
Yeah.
Which is sickening. Yeah. The second they moved, they won. Like,
well, they had that team built, and then they just
moved them.
Shifted it.
Yeah. They just moved them. That's why the Ravens and the Browns have that rivalry.
Yep.
Even though I don't think they're in the same
No, they
are. I don't know why I keep thinking they're not.
Well, they're in the same division.
That's what
I think is what you meant. Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, wow, we went way off topic. But so let's wrap up the AFC, right?
AFC South, I think, is a huge toss up.
I don't know. Titans, I don't see them doing anything.
Titans, Saints, Jaguars, and Texans.
Texans, we gonna talk about them.
Texans would be really exciting.
They were the surprise team for a lot of people. A lot of people thought they were gonna be scrubs.
Well, they're definitely a team that is built around that quarterback.
But they can't win away.
No.
So they have to. But I don't see them catching up to the Jaguars. The Jaguars are 6-2.
Jaguars are playing really good.
I think ever since they came back from London, I think somebody got some London cheeks and it was expired.
I think that what's his name? Trevor Lawrence?
Yeah, he's been balling.
Trevor Lawrence needed Doug Peterson in order to build him into like that, to get him to that next stage, if you will, of being a good quarterback, of being a great quarterback. I think they made the right decision to take, even though he was with the Eagles when they won the Super Bowl, and then I think he was with like one or two other teams before. But he's a very particular coach from what I've seen. But he's able to bring.
If you can bring the best out of them, it doesn't matter.
Yeah,
just bring the best. That's all NFL.
Well,
staffs act for is that
he made Carson Wentz and Nick Folk look good.
I mean, Carson Wentz when he was on the Raiders, his first 2 seasons, they were almost undefeated.
No,
not Carson Wentz. Carson Wentz was on the Eagles. I'm thinking of Derek Carr.
Yeah.
Okay. You're right. Yeah.
Because the year they won the Super Bowl, they had Carson Wentz starting.
Carson Wentz tore his ACL.
He got injured, I believe,
and then
the Wild.
Nick. Yep.
Not the Wild. Was it the Wild card?
One game before the playoffs.
Well, okay, yeah, one game before the playoffs.
Yeah.
This random backup shows up.
He wasn't random. He was known around the league. It wasn't like he came out of left field. He was pretty well known.
Yeah, known as a backup still means that you're not expected to win it all.
You're not expected to win it all. Okay.
And then he showed up. They did the Philly special. He scores a touchdown. Was he MVP?
Yeah, he probably was MVP.
Like out of nowhere, and then they both get traded. And they both suck. I think that's.
Well, hold on, time out. What do we define as suck? Because if you go to not necessarily a worse off team, but when you're coming from a Super Bowl team, Super Bowl team, that means you have a Super Bowl defense, a relatively good offense.
Yeah.
You can't go from that to all of a sudden going to a regular team and then saying, "Oh, he sucks."
They never recaptured the same stuff.
But would you be able to without the same players? The only teams that we know that have done that is the Bears.
Well, like with Russell
defense.
Wilson. If last season he definitely sucked. This year he's number 7 passer rating. The team still sucks.
Yes.
But Russell Wilson is a good quarterback. I would say. Maybe I'm still blinded, but
good. That contract says great, so I gotta go based upon what your contract says.
No, that's fair. in accordance to the contract, you're right.
Yeah.
But in accordance to how he's playing, he's still playing good.
Yeah, he's playing good, but you getting paid to play great. You ain't getting paid to.
But you also have to remember, there's 10 other guys on that field.
There are. That's what I'm saying.
And a lot of them aren't doing that.
That was my main argument for when you said.
But at the same time, he's still top 10 passer rating. He's still doing stuff that shows that he is still one of those guys. You know?
Hold on, I want to see something. I want to see where Nick Foles went, because I know where Carson went. Carson went to the Commanders or
No, he went to Indy first.
Indy.
He went to Indy and then to the Commanders.
And they weren't that good.
Both of them were not great.
That's what I'm saying. So going from that to so then he joined the Jaguars. Suffered an injury.
Yeah. But he wasn't great when he was playing.
But my whole point is, as a backup.
That's true.
This is a team sport. Let's not act like it's the NBA to where one player can bring you to the finals.
Well, yeah, but there's still numbers that can show you what they're doing, right? Mm-hmm. When I'm talking about Russell Wilson, there's a lot of things he's doing right, but at the end of the day, that O-line isn't doing much because they only picked up one person in the offseason from San Fran, and you know, he's doing the best with what he has, and he's still putting up decent numbers. You could say, oh, you know, Jerry Jeudy's supposed to be a guy. KJ Hamler, Marvin Mims was
Jerry Jeudy in particular was supposed to be that guy.
Yes, and he has not.
Some of that could be offensive. The offensive coordinator that could be his plays too. Like you should, if you know someone's not doing the best to get open in space, motion them.
Yeah. So
they get a running start, then they can gain some speed and they can blow by. Something.
Yeah. I mean, regardless of what it is, you know, Russell is still putting up decent numbers when he's throwing it to whoever.
And he has time to throw it.
And he doesn't have time to throw
That's what I'm saying. When he has time to throw it.
Oh, okay. When he... Okay, yeah. And, you know, when you look at Carson Wentz when he went to Indy, he jumped off a ship. You know, he completely...
He did.
You know, I can't speak for Nick Foles because I'm not sure. I can't say I kept track of
Nick Foles.
You know. I'm assuming it's the same deal.
But like I said, he went to the Jaguars after he listen. We all knew what he was gonna do. He went for the bag.
Oh yeah, 100%.
He left for the bag.
Maybe because I've never been an elite status of anything, you know, especially in sports. But if someone was like, here, okay, this is your initial contract for X amount. I'm going to give you 10 times that to play on this team.
You don't even have to.
I am walking away.
You don't even have to be in elite status, nothing. If your job came, let's say your job, right? Even though I know you work for the government per se, right? Let's say you're working for the government. They say we're going to give you this amount of pay. I'm just going to use a random example. Let's say they're giving you $30 an hour, right? And then a private entity comes up and says, you know, we'll charge you, we'll give you $80 an hour.
Well,
if you come sign with us.
Yeah.
That's all you need to hear.
Yeah,
I'm
jump ship. Yeah. Well, I would have to like my job in the first place, but yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not saying that he didn't like his job, but I'm saying is he found a job that paid him more.
Yeah, yeah. Well, especially in football, you know.
That's why I get mad when people say players should take a pay cut.
No.
I mean, I'm sorry to say, think about it like this. They're taking a pay cut for a billionaire.
If you have to look at the cap too, because it's not like baseball where you can go over.
No, but I'm saying is the job of that's not my problem. As the player, I understand what people say. Oh, well, you need pieces. My job is to get the amount of money I feel like I deserve.
Yeah, if I'm in a contract and I'm making buco,
because
right?
The punter ain't never walk up for no QB and say, you know,
no,
you only giving me $9 million. I'll take $5 million if you guys can go get a good QB. Okay. Yeah. Like a punter never said that.
But I could see a quarterback or someone on a team if they're specifically like, oh, I'm Lamar Jackson. I just got signed for $145 million and I want OBJ. And we need like $5 million to kind of cut a corner. And, you know, I could see that. I could see someone agreeing to that.
Yeah, but if with that argument, because I want to check, because I think incentives are applied to the cap.
Yeah.
You could just put that in incentives.
That's true. That is very true. But
then if I miss it, I miss it.
Yeah.
But if I hit it, then I get it.
It's not a perfect layout, but I'm just saying I could see an argument of why a quarterback or, you know, someone on the defense is like, I want, you know, I'm the right guard. I need someone on this side. I think this guy would be great, you know, and the quarterback's like, yeah, that's great.
Me personally, this is what I think players should do, right? If let's say, because you never know when you're going to go out in football. You could get hit one time and all of a sudden you could they can say, oh, you mess with something in your spine, you mess with something in your head, you can't play no more.
You're done. Yeah.
So if you ask me, shit, once my rookie contract is over, sign me, man. Give me my money. Because I know for a fact at that point, that's why I understood what Lamar was doing. Mm-hmm. I argued maybe he could have went about it a better way, but
it's weird because you're kind of right, but at the same time, it's the squeaky wheel that gets the attention.
Yeah.
You know,
you got to do what you got to do, and I don't think if he didn't do it that way, I don't think the Ravens, because the Ravens are known for being penny pinchers. They're known for that.
Which is
same
insane.
thing with the Bengals.
They're also scorned because of Joe Flacco. They won the ring and they signed him to this huge deal.
Yeah,
and then down the drain.
And then they let Suggs go. They let what's his face walk. Shannon Sharp all those years back. They let him walk.
Well, did he walk or did he retire?
No, because he went to one more team, didn't he? Maybe. After the Ravens, I think Shannon Sharp history.
Unless he went back to the Broncos.
Yeah, he went
retire?
back.
Okay,
I'm pretty sure he went back.
Because I know they won back to back, and then he went to the Ravens, got another one, and then maybe he went back to be a Bronco for like a year.
He returned to the Broncos. He played there. So he went to Super Bowl. Yep, he played there until 2003.
Okay.
And they won in what? They won that Super Bowl 2000, so they played, what, another 1 or 2 years?
Yeah. Well, no, they won 98, 97, 98.
No, you're talking about for the Broncos. I'm talking about for the Ravens.
Oh, okay.
So I think they won in 2000.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
Yeah. They won in 2001, so he played for another 2 years.
Okay, yeah.
But, yeah, I mean, hey, man. All right, now we're on the NFC.
Okay.
So I'm going to start with my boys first. Yeah, I mean,
I'm sorry.
Listen, I'm tired. I'm tired.
You're tired.
I'm tired, man.
Dude, I went from winning it all.
Yeah, but
you won it.
You won it relatively recently.
That's fair.
The last time we won it was 07, 08? Or no, wasn't there the one in 20? I'm bugging.
It was definitely before 2016.
I'm pretty sure. Yeah, 2012, wasn't it?
It was something like that.
Yeah. 2012. 21-17 against the Patriots again.
Yep.
So what? 5 years after that you guys won? 2013, 2014, 24.
Yeah, 4 years.
4 years after.
No, 4? 6. Or no.
2012. If you include 2012, so 2012, 2013, 2014, 2015, 2016, so 5.
Okay, 5.
Now, if you don't include that season, then yeah, it'd be 4.
Okay.
So yeah, I mean, I'm just tired, man. I'm tired. Ever since that damn boat. After that.
I don't think it's. I don't know.
Because we beat the Vikings in the playoffs and then we lost to the Cowboys.
Yeah.
Well, I'm just tired, man. I'm tired. Everybody's doing well in our conference. Even the Washington Commanders, who they do got a new offensive coordinator.
They're doing good for the Commanders.
But that's what I'm saying. It's better than me.
Yeah, that's fair.
They're 4-5. They might be 5. Who they play tonight? I don't think they play anybody good. Seattle, they might win that. That's a winnable game.
I don't know. You're still starting a third string quarterback. I mean,
it's winnable. Listen, they got an alright defense.
I think the Giants' biggest issue is Daniel Jones. I mean,
I think it's a lot of things.
I think Daniel Jones is like
Well, Daniel Jones doesn't even. Daniel Jones has the same issue that you could argue Russell has. He doesn't get the time in the pocket to throw. You want their stats? I got their stats pulled up right here.
Is his QBR higher or lower than Russ's?
Oh, I was just talking about the team. But if you want, I can pull up his individual stats. So let's see. According to this season, he's been hurt, so I don't really want to use that. But according to this season, he's only thrown 909 yards, averaging 5.7 yards per throw.
Okay.
He averages around 151 yards per game. 2 touchdowns. Repeat that one more time. 2 touchdowns.
2. Yeah.
6 interceptions. This man's playing worse than what's his face when he was on the Buccaneers and he had 30 touchdowns, 30
for 30. Evans.
No, it wasn't Evans.
Jameis Winston.
Yeah, Jameis Winston. He's been sacked 30 times, which that could be more to the line. Fumbled 4 times. 1 was off him.
Yeah.
And it has a QBR rate of 70.5.
I think it falls into the same category as Russ and Deshaun Watson. They gave him 160 or
What
so.
I said.
You're right. The contract matters.
You when that contract was signed, what did I send to you?
I don't remember.
I said we overpaid.
Oh yeah. Okay.
I said I've been saying that everybody came. I had 2 other Giants fans that came into my Snapchat talking about we didn't overpay. It's the QB market.
Yeah.
No, it's not.
The thing that boggles my mind, he still had another year on his rookie contract.
Yeah, we didn't have to extend him.
I think was it his 4th or was it the 5th year option that they could have taken?
They could have taken the 5th year, but they gave him the 4th because the Bull gave his word that he was improving, which he did improve.
Yeah,
but you can't give your word. It's football.
You can't improve in one. You can't be improved 1 year and be like, yeah, this is how I'm going to be for the rest of whatever contract I'm going to sign.
Now this is the team stats. Now I don't know what this PLY means.
PLY.
Yeah, I don't know what that means. Let me see PLY stat. NFL. See, it doesn't say it either. Play stat? Is that what that means?
Play stat.
Yeah, but that doesn't make no sense. That don't make no sense. I don't think. I don't know what that means. But they're 32nd in points. They've only scored 101 points.
Yep.
25th in yards, 2,420 yards, 420. 7th, well, I don't know what this is, but 7th in PLY, 4.1 average, 32nd. Rush yards were 11th, but that's because of Saquon. Rush attempts were 6th, that's because of Saquon. Rushing average is because of the line, 3.8, it's 22nd. Passing yards, 27th, 1,662.
Well, that's the thing. They don't have a run game.
You mean
minus
a throw game?
Saquon. No. They don't have a competent run game.
Well, because you don't have a competent line.
Yeah, exactly. What I'm saying is, yes, you could have Saquon, just like Tennessee has Derrick Henry, right? But at the end of the day, if Derrick Henry's on the field, then they're going to run it. And then if he's not on the field, then they're probably going to throw it, or you're going to suffocate whoever's running.
Now, I'm going off topic for a split second, but I'm not just going to slander my Giants and not slander these Jets real quick. I'm going to get my bars. You guys are 31st in points, so that means you guys are one place ahead of us. Or one place below us, actually. 32nd in yards, 28th in plays. I guess that's what that means. I don't know what that means. 30th in terms of averaging yards gained. Rushing yards, you guys are 20th, 827. 31st in rushing attempts, 177. Somehow they're the 5th in rushing average though.
Oh yeah, they have
4.7, but that's because of
they have 2 of them, right? It's Breece Hall, and I think there's another. Oh, they have Actually, Dalvin Cook hasn't been playing well.
Yeah,
never mind.
Yeah, so
they do have him though.
Yeah, which because he came from the Colts, right?
Vikings.
Yeah, because he had that hell of a year at the Vikings.
Yeah, and then they didn't sign him.
Yeah,
which I think the Vikings line, they're decent.
Yeah, they're decent, but they just lost Cousins. But they do have that NASA scientist motherfucker over there.
Oh, Josh Dobbs.
Yep.
Yeah, he was on the Cardinals.
Yeah, he's a smart motherfucker.
They beat the Cowboys.
Yeah,
I mean that was huge.
30th. Check this out. 32nd in passing yards, 25th in passing attempts, 30th in passing average, 29th in sacks, 4th. I don't know what that is, and 32nd in first down attempts. So listen, Jets fans, you guys are just as bad as us. I don't want to hear nothing from y'all. And that's the only reason why I read out their stats. Just let my pops know and whoever else watching this, letting y'all know you guys are not that much better. But
see, I'll shut on the Broncos real quick too. They suck.
Yeah.
I mean,
I can read the Broncos stats.
70. No, all you gotta say.
If you want, I can read them
70
out.
to 20. That's it. That's all you gotta say. 70 to 20.
Yeah, about 40-0.
40-0.
Giants.
Oh well.
Yeah.
I think 70 to nothing's probably worse.
You didn't get
70 to 20. I'm sorry.
Yeah, but you still scored. We didn't score.
We scored in garbage time.
That don't matter. Hey, we could have scored in garbage time too, and we couldn't get even down the field.
That's fair. Who was that against?
Cowboys.
Oh, That's even worse.
That's what I'm saying.
You know what? Listen, yeah, that's probably it's. I think the main reason it's worse.
It's like
a division thing.
We're like 1A. You guys would be a little more 1B. like we're gonna be the most known because it was against the Cowboys.
Yeah. Well,
and I had to deal with Mackenzie shit talking, which is Alexandra's friend. She's a very big Cowboys fan.
I don't understand Cowboys fans.
And listen, I was silent. I said, "Nah, I ain't gonna say nothing to her right now. I'm not. I don't want no parts in that."
I think it's hard to be a Cowboys fan sometimes.
Oh, definitely. Because
for the main reason that
you guys are always in contention, but you never win.
Since 1996, I believe was their last ring.
Mm-hmm. But I don't think they've always been in contention though. Since 96.
You're right. They've been in and out of it.
Yeah.
But you had the Tony Romo era where
you had the catch with what's his face? The catch that wasn't a catch.
I don't remember. I have no idea.
I just can't remember his name. It was with
Des Bryant, probably.
Yeah, Des Bryant. The catch. Remember how at the end zone
when they had it was against Green Bay.
Yeah,
they had the replacement refs because they were on strike.
Was it that season? I don't think it was that season. Was it?
It might be a different catch then.
Nah, it wasn't that Des Bryant catch. Was it that season? It was against the Packers, but I don't remember the coaches being the refs having sub refs. What year was that? 2014.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Was it a ref strike? Oh, no, that was for the MLS. That wasn't for us. That was 2012. You're thinking of. There was a 2012 NFL referee lockout.
Okay, that might be a different catch.
You're thinking of the blown call against the Seattle Seahawks when he caught it. When one ref said it was interception, the other ref was saying signal a touchdown.
Oh, yep, yeah.
That's the one you're thinking of. The one I'm talking about is when he was at the goal line, he caught it, fell on the ground, but the ball bobbled, so they argued he didn't have.
Oh yeah.
That's the one I'm talking about. So they've been in and out, but they've always been, oh, we're gonna win it this year. We're gonna win it. Says who? Not y'all.
Yeah.
But
they need to do like a full facelift.
Yeah, a full facelift. But getting off the NFC East, which is pitiful for me to look at.
NFC North is easy.
Lions.
Yeah, dude. The Lions are like my second team right now.
Their offense is crazy.
Yes, their offense is crazy.
And their defense has gotten better.
Their defense is one of those. They're
average.
Yeah. Well, I would say they're above average. They're not the best. They're not like top 10, but they're like 11. You know.
So I thought top 5 was great. Top 10 was good.
Okay, so I'll put them in good by that standard. I'll put them. I think they're a top 10.
Mm-hmm. If you're saying they're 11 and they're 11, or if you're saying they're not, if you're saying they're outside the top 10, they can't be good.
Okay, I do think they could
be average.
They could be argued top 10.
Okay.
I can't say I've put enough time and effort into watching them to say they're top 10.
Okay,
you know?
Fair enough. All right, so now NFC South.
NFC South. That's
Saints, Falcons, Buccaneers, Panthers.
That one's tricky. It's not the Panthers.
1-8, baby.
I would have said Buccaneers, and then they lost the last 4 games, which is a shame because I
told you, NBA teams are the same way. The youngest team, not young, but the more younger teams always come out hot.
Yeah.
And then they slowly cool off as time goes.
Well, I actually really like Baker Mayfield, even though he embarrassed the Broncos last year.
Yeah. He gave you out of business.
Yes.
He gave you out of business.
On Christmas.
It happens. It happens.
But it did lead to Hackett getting fired and some things that were at the time negative, but
that needed to be done.
Exactly. But he played a season with the Browns while injured, which he probably shouldn't have done, right? He was able to play because it was his non-throwing arm and stuff like that, but it affected his game, and he had a bad year. Not a terrible year, but it was probably terrible.
But an injury will do that.
Yes, he was injured the whole time. And then they're like, yeah, we don't want you anymore. We're going to pay 200-something million for this guy that hasn't played in a year.
That's why I always tell people the NFL's lucky they're not like the NBA. Because if they were, that would not, a lot of contracts in the NBA, the reason why they don't cut players right away, you could be the 8th man is because usually you have some guaranteed money on you.
That's fair, yeah.
So it doesn't matter whether it's $2 million or $3 million. That's still money that they want back.
Yeah.
So they at least try to trade you before they just straight up cut you.
And he wasn't. I don't think he was that bad to where you would like. I think the Browns had other issues that they could have looked at before going and getting a new quarterback. I don't think Baker Mayfield was the problem with that team. And even now it's kind of showing that. You had the other two guys that played with the Browns when Watson was out, and they looked pretty good. What's that guy's name? The guy that broke his rib with the Chargers.
Tyrod?
Yeah, Tyrod Taylor?
Tyrod Jones, something like that.
Tyrod Taylor was a quarterback.
Yeah, he is. You're right.
Okay.
Yeah, but he's on the Bills, isn't he?
He was. Yeah. Oh no, that's a totally different quarterback then.
Yeah, I was about to say he's on the Bills right now.
Trying to remember his name.
Oh no, he is on my Giants. I don't know why I thought he was on the Bills.
Yeah, and then he got injured, and then there's that random guy.
Oh, you talking about for my Giants, or for your?
No, for the Browns.
Oh. Browns QB. I got you. QB depth chart.
It's not. He's not on the team anymore.
It's not Dorian. Not PJ.
Not PJ Walker. It was last year.
So 2022.
2022.
Let me see. Joshua Dopp?
Oh, Jacoby Brissett?
Was it Jacoby?
Maybe it was Jacoby. But they all looked good last year. You know, because the whole team was good.
You would think I'd be able to go 1 year back on fucking ESPN.com, but you can't.
No. Who am I thinking? I didn't think it was Jacoby Brissett.
Well, either way, they probably not that important if they got traded. Yeah,
that's fair. But he played good for the however many weeks Watson was out. And was able to show that, like, yeah.
Are you sure it wasn't Jobs? Because Jobs was over there.
No, it was Brissett. I found it on my phone. It was Brissett. Brissett? Yeah, Jacoby Brissett.
We're not perfect on here, so you ain't got to pronounce the names perfectly.
Yeah, but it's a B over a P. I mean,
fair enough.
Easy fix. But he played pretty well, and people were like, "Oh, he should be the starter." Because then Watson showed up after not playing for over almost 2-3 seasons at that point.
Pretty much.
And then he sucked.
But that's because he didn't play.
Yeah,
so,
no.
I mean,
reasonably, yeah. He's still, he's still looking at him play bad. Yeah.
And not just that, you got that contract.
Yeah.
There ain't no excuse. But let's wrap this one off. NFC West. Right now, based upon consistency, because both of the top have been inconsistent. I think recently.
What you have to choose between San Fran and
Seahawks.
The Seahawks. I think I would pick San Fran.
I would pick San Fran too, but the Seahawks, because Seahawks randomly get hot.
That's true. If they get hot at the right time, I think I could see Seattle going.
Especially since San Fran doesn't have all the pieces still.
That's true. I think it's a race between who gets hot and who gets their pieces back.
Yeah, that's really what it is. As we know, Rams was out.
Yeah.
Cardinals is way out. So
no, I believe the Cardinals, man. They're going all the way, baby.
You are by yourself. But
me and one old guy in Arizona, we know what's up.
Hey, it's gonna be you and that old guy.
Yeah.
But speaking of that, so on to the next one. This slow start, right? And this can tie into Tyreek Hill because that's the only motherfucker that hasn't had a slow start.
Mm-hmm.
There's been a lot of injuries, like a lot more. I mean, there was injuries last year too, but it feels like it's more star players getting hurt. I feel like Aaron Rodgers was like one of the starts to it, but even like cornerbacks are getting hurt.
Last year was really bad too, though.
It was bad.
It's been really bad last few years,
but a lot of them came back though.
That's true.
Near the end. Nowadays, it's like they're getting hurt in the middle of the season or getting season-ending injuries point blank. So it's like you can't come back.
Yeah.
But the only one that hasn't dealt with that is, of course, Tyreek Hill, who's on course to have a 2,000 season. If he keeps going on his pace, he'll be at 2,300.
Wow. Yeah.
And he's on the team that's labeled a contender.
I mean, they are. I mean, unfortunately, they can't beat good teams. I mean,
or any teams that are within the cold.
Yeah,
it's like the Dolphins have always dealt with that since the last time they won the Super Bowl.
Mm-hmm.
Cold. The cold has always killed them. Bills, Jets,
Well, that answers the question before of why keep the outdoor stadiums outdoor, you know?
Yeah, but to be fair, it's not about the players, it's about the fans now. Like,
yeah, I mean,
I'm paying tickets for like up to $1,000. I should be able to get, at least give me heated seats. Like, give me something.
That'd be insane. Yeah.
Give me
you get
something.
heated seats, but you still have to play in the cold.
Yeah, no, the NFL now has heated benches.
Oh, that's fair. Yeah.
So they have heated benches.
I guess at the same time, if you're playing at Mile High, where the main thing is the altitude,
yeah,
they give you oxygen.
They give you oxygen, and they could also just close the dome.
They don't have a dome.
No, I'm saying if they needed to, they could implement a dome.
That's true.
So,
but if they did close the dome, it would still be the high altitude.
It'd still be high, but the outside weather in terms of rain, snow, all that would be eliminated. But it might still be a little chilly in there because it's hard to pump that much heat into
that's true.
So there would still be some cold, but it wouldn't be snow.
Yeah, I'm still lukewarm on the idea of a dome in general. I mean, a rain game is a thing, you know.
Rain is more annoying than anything. From what I've been told, the snow is the best to play on.
I bet it's really fun, if anything.
Unless it's like Buffalo snow, then it's not fun.
Yeah.
And I think Buffalo has a heated field because of that.
Really? Okay, I didn't know that.
Yeah, they have a heated field to help see the numbers. It's only meant to help them see the numbers.
It's only on the numbers, yeah.
That's it. Outside of that, it's not like a whole bunch of heat.
Yeah. I think it was Steelers. It was Lions at Steelers at Heinz Field.
Oh, this is what I meant to ask you. Tonight's games. Who do you got? I'm about to pull them up right now.
Yeah. I'll probably pull it up on my phone too, so I can see.
Okay, so you got the Colts and Patriots playing right now.
Colts and Patriots.
I got the Colts on that.
Yeah.
I got the Colts on that.
Gardner Minshew is probably the best second string quarterback in the NFL.
So you got Browns versus Ravens at 1. I got the Ravens on that.
It depends on what Ravens team decides to show up today.
Yes, I still got the Ravens. They still got that defense. I think the defense can lock them up.
Yeah.
The offense has been the only sketchy thing, and that's because of the wide receivers, not because of the QB.
No, but I think,
and I don't care what Stephen A. Smith says or Shannon Sharp says.
I think I would have to go with the Browns. As much as I don't like the Browns, especially since the Browns have a history with the Broncos. Actually, the Broncos won all of those games, but I still hate them.
Packers versus Steelers?
Steelers.
I could go either way.
Yeah, it depends on which team decides to show up.
Well, ever since the offensive coordinator came out the booth and came onto the field, now people have been looking at the QB now all of a sudden. Because that was the main thing. Twitter was going on. Not the QB. The OC sucks. He can't see nothing from there. Then he comes down. All of a sudden, the throws are now off.
Yeah,
so it wasn't the plays now. If you were starting this thing.
I mean, from what I've heard and what I've seen, Kenny Pickett is a fourth quarter quarterback. He plays.
I'm not trying to hear that.
He plays like garbage for 3 quarters and then is John Elway in the 4th.
I'm not trying to hear that, man. You step onto this field. I expect a certain quality. Oh, there's 4 quarters. There's not 1 quarter, not 2, not 3.
That's definitely fair.
There's 4.
But I think that's why I would go with the Steelers for this game. Green Bay is not that good. Jordan Love is probably just as bad as Kenny Pickett for 3 quarters. But Kenny Pickett has the trick up his sleeve, if you will, of being able to show up in the 4th quarter and play good football.
This is on audio, so you can't switch up on me if these motherfuckers lose. I'm coming, Derek.
I'm not putting money on them. I wouldn't put money on this game at all. If I had to pick,
you jinxed all these motherfucking teams, man. You
good.
Get this.
Good.
49ers versus Jaguars. Jaguars.
Actually, yeah, Jaguars. I think
with the injuries,
49ers are hurt. Yeah,
even though the 49ers do have defense, just those offensive pieces being missing, I think is what takes them out.
I think they're missing some.
They are missing some defense too.
Yeah,
they are, but I think it's still competent enough.
Yeah, that's fair.
Saints versus Vikings. Oh,
Saints.
It depends on what Saints you get.
Yeah, but the Vikings don't have a QB. They have Josh Dobbs. I think this is his first. Is it his first game? I think.
No, second game.
Second game.
He won his first game.
Who did he win? Who did he beat last week?
Wasn't it? I
have it right here. They beat the Falcons. And it was close.
The Falcons aren't bad though. Grand scheme of it, they're not the worst thing in the world.
They're not.
They're second in their division, 4 and 5.
Yeah, but they're second in a division that's not great.
That's true.
I mean,
a win's a win now, and he just got there.
Oh yeah, true.
He just got there, so he didn't even know. He said I don't even know some of the players' names.
But I think
that's funny.
I think Derek Carr is good. Mm-hmm. It's kind of still hard to say. And I think if they. I think if the defense shows up enough, the offense can be a little off and still win.
Fair enough. So
Bengals, Texans?
Bengals.
Ooh, I think I like the Texans on this one.
Yeah, man, you just like the Texans because we're gonna talk about them. You just like the Texans because they were the underdogs.
But they're good even in spite of how bad their receivers are.
Hold on, is it home or away?
Bengals are home. They're
losing. I can only say that guaranteed because they're 1-3 away.
That's fair.
They're 3-1 at home.
To be fair, the Bengals games that I've seen is when Joe Burrow was hurt.
That's what I'm saying. You ain't watch him. You ain't watch him. Like that man been cooking.
That's fair.
He's been cooking a lot of teams.
I could still see it being a close game.
Mm-hmm. Titans versus Buccaneers. I'll give that to the Buccaneers. For me, I'm just looking at it from my point of view.
I mean the Titans do have that new QB. What is that? Will Levis.
Yeah, Will Levis.
And he's been playing pretty good. I'm not sure if the Buccaneers need to bounce back if they're even thinking of hitting the playoffs. And I think that's something that they should. If they win this game, that's something that they could actually look forward to. I'm not sure if they could do it otherwise because that would be 5 losses in a row.
Yeah, that's a tough stretch. Lions versus Chargers, Lions. Falcons versus Cardinals, Falcons.
Yeah. I
ain't got no faith in the Cardinals. I'm sorry. Giants versus Cowboys,
Giants.
No, I gotta be honest.
No.
I'm an honest man.
But you have to. The Cowboys are amazing at playing down to their competition.
We got 40 though.
Playing down to their competition.
They didn't play down that day.
It's a divisional game.
They didn't play down that day.
Divisional games are either blowouts or insanely close.
We're gonna see. I'm still gonna watch it if I can find a stream for it.
Fair.
Worst case, I will go illegal. But if I can find a stream for it, I will definitely watch it. I'll watch it all the way through, just like how I watched that Raiders game all the way through. That was a rough watch.
Yeah,
we got smoked. Well, we didn't get smoked. It wasn't like a 30 piece, but it was at least a 20 something.
I mean, you lost to a team that didn't have a head coach.
Listen, it happens. It happens all the time.
Yeah, no.
I just showed you 25 coaches that made the playoffs.
Yeah, that's fair. I still think it's a statement that they didn't have their head coach.
Well, the coach they're coming from was also pretty bad.
It was a week out, right? When the Giants lost to the Raiders. It could definitely be one thing that an interim head coach eventually gets a team to the playoffs. Definitely not in a week.
No, well, that's what an interim is, though. An interim comes in usually when the coach gets fired.
Oh yeah, but just like when
unless they hire him as the official coach.
Like when Baker Mayfield beat the Broncos, he just became a Ram, and then he kicked their ass. That should not happen.
Nah, sometimes players listen. Sometimes. I don't know. I've never been in an NFL locker room. The closest I ever went was a week on the Oyster Bay team. And listen, I said if I'm gonna get hurt, I'm gonna get hurt for a good team. I'm not gonna get hurt for no scrubs.
Yeah.
Sometimes if the QB knows that the team they're about to play against, they were just on, they gonna get the locker room hyped up.
Yeah. Well,
and the team will usually get hyped up behind them.
But I'm talking about Rams Broncos.
Wasn't he? I thought you said he was on the Broncos, wasn't he?
No, Mayfield.
Oh, Mayfield. Never mind. You're right. Yeah, sorry. I thought we were talking about Browns and Broncos. I don't know why.
Oh no.
Yeah. Commanders versus Seahawks.
Ooh.
That depends on which Commanders you get to
and which Seahawks, because
what's his face is very inconsistent.
Yeah, Geno's been inconsistent this year.
Because the Commanders are in my division, Seahawks.
Seahawks is probably the right choice.
That's only because
I'll
of
probably
that.
go Seahawks too. But the Commanders could very easily win this game if Geno doesn't show up.
Listen, I don't care what it is. I'm Jets versus Raiders. I'm picking Raiders because if the Jets beat them, that means we're worse than the Jets.
If the Raiders end up going 3-0, 3-0 after losing McDaniels,
I told you
that's absurd.
it can happen. It's happened.
Oh no, it can.
25 times.
It's happened 25 times over 32 teams and however many years. Like, don't get me wrong, it's possible. But the Jets should not lose this game. Realistically.
Well, the Jets with their defense shouldn't lose it. Their offense might lose it.
The offense could lose. That's fair. The offense could lose in the game. That's fair. But if they're supposed to be a playoff team, other than the quarterback, I guess, they should be winning this game.
I find something funny. All right, it's all the way at the bottom of the list. I didn't do this on purpose. Broncos versus Bills.
Okay, so I'm jinxing all these teams, right?
Oh.
But yeah, go Bills. Like I was saying earlier, if the Bills lose this game, they are no longer a playoff team. The Broncos have been a barometer for a lot of teams. They beat the Bears. The Bears are not a playoff team. They beat the Packers. Packers are not a playoff team. They beat the Chiefs. I don't know how that happened, but
that defense. The defense showed up that day.
Yeah, well, there was also a muffed punt. Kadarius Toney still can't catch. You know, the Broncos defense was good enough.
Well,
and I am sick of hearing Mahomes was sick.
Well, he was sick, but you step on that field.
He had a fine game.
No. You step on that field, you're playing. I'm looking right past that.
Not even that.
Same thing if Jordan for his flu game.
Yeah.
If he underperformed, I'm not gonna hear no excuse.
But
he was sick. He played.
Mahomes didn't have a bad game though.
Well, you can be sick as though sometimes I've been hurt playing basketball and I played mostly street. I was cut. I'm not gonna say a lot. I played mostly street basketball. I played better hurt than I did sometimes healthy.
Yeah. But
because you have nothing to lose.
But Patrick Mahomes didn't drop the ball.
Yes.
You know, he threw one interception in garbage time. So I'm not gonna count that interception.
But if you do play,
oh yeah,
you play. If you step on that field, I gotta hold you to the standard of your contract.
But the few people that I've talked to about football, when it comes to that game that the Broncos won, going into their bye, which is really cool. Mahomes was sick. Mahomes didn't muff a punt. Mahomes didn't drop the ball when it was thrown to him. You know,
what's a team sport?
It's a team. Yeah, it's a team sport, but you can't lean back on the one person being sick as why the Broncos won.
Well, but the QB, as we all know, the QB gets all the glory and they get all the blame. Oh yeah. Even I've seen the QB get blamed on defense. I don't even know how that's
using
related.
it as an excuse as to the Chiefs would have been 17-0 against the Broncos if Mahomes was healthy.
Well, if he was healthy, he might be running more.
He might be scrambling a bit better, sure.
Yes.
But he wasn't sacked that often.
That's because his line's actually okay.
It was more drops and that muff because the Broncos were actually able to score in the red zone for some reason that day.
Speaking of the Broncos, and I am changing the topic. So we don't speak on your boy Josh McDaniels.
Yes. Yeah.
He is the first head coach to get fired before the end of the second season by two different teams.
Yep.
How do you do that? You get fired by the Broncos.
Because
you think you're going to the Colts. Then you switch up and go to the Raiders. Then you get fired before your season even ends with the Raiders.
Because the Raiders are dumb.
Isn't he one of those people that came from the Belichick tree?
Yeah, he was OC for a while.
I keep telling people, it sounds like Brady had a lot more to do with those plays.
I disagree with that. That's a whole nother topic.
Nah,
I don't think.
There's no way.
Even
pieces matter. They do matter. But
even Brady would say it was a collaborative effort, and I would say that nowadays.
Now there are some coaches who are better just being offensive coordinators.
Yeah, but
that is true.
But it's also hard to say that
he's stolen those balls though.
Yeah.
McDaniel's not. And I'm pretty sure Brady would be like, hey, listen, I guarantee this is exactly Brady in the lineup.
Brady is also one of those guys like Peyton Manning, where like it doesn't matter who the OC is. Peyton Manning is
Peyton
the
would
OC.
Peyton Manning always said he'd be like, yeah, I'm not running that. It's well known. He said it. I think there was a mic'd up clip of one time where he was like, I don't know what the OC talk about, but we gonna run this play right here.
Yeah.
Like, what are you talking? Like, I think it was like a run play, and he was like, why am I running this? Throw it.
Yeah.
It's like one of those. But that's your boy. I mean,
he's not my no. That's like my ex-girlfriend who ended up dating one of the people I hate in school, you know? Mm-hmm. And then they had an awful breakup just like we did. And now we can agree on one thing is fuck that person, you know? He's not my boy.
I mean, listen, an enemy of my enemy is sometimes my friend. Sometimes.
Yeah, but we can both equally hate.
That's true.
Josh McDaniels. That's like one thing we have in common.
Just like how all Knicks fans for the most part hate Dolan. Yeah. I mean, I might not like some Knicks fans, but I do agree with them. I can't stand Dolan. But yeah, the fact that he's the first coach to be fired by 2 separate teams before the end of his first season.
Yeah.
You got to be some kind of ass. But he's not the first one outside of that tree. There's been numerous.
Oh yeah, come from, Bill O'Brien.
Yeah, Belichick. There's been numerous of them.
Matt Patricia with the Lions. I mean,
it's crazy.
There are a lot of people who are just better as coordinators. Mm-hmm. I think that's, excuse me, that's an important distinction to make. Mm-hmm. There's no, you know, Bill O'Brien. I think he went back to college ball for a little bit, and now he's with the Patriots again as OC, which I'm not sure how that speaks to his talent, but you know.
Like I said, some people are just great. Like I said, and this is no disrespect toward Belichick, and I don't know if you've seen it. There's been rumors that they're gonna part ways at the end of the season.
Okay.
I think Bill, you know, he's great. He has his rings. He has his legacy as a coach. Mm-hmm. Hey, bro, I'm not saying you should. You won as a defensive coordinator with the Giants. You are a great defensive mind.
Yeah.
His defenses have never been bad. Even now, his defense isn't the worst in the league.
No.
So, hey, if someone wants to give you a nice little penny.
That's a big ass penny.
I mean, listen, take him as a defensive coordinator, stick him with somebody who's sharp offensively. Now, the issue that I have is, will he listen to the coach, to the head coach?
I think...
Because that's one of the greatest problems that most coaches have when they get demoted back to OC or DC.
I think it's one of those things where... you were a successful head coach for the better part of 20 years. Mm-hmm. Retire. I mean, it sucks.
He has to want to retire.
I don't see why he wouldn't. If he's leaving, if you're at a job for 20
Only
years,
one reason.
If you're at a job for 20 years, you succeeded in every way, shape, and form. Mm-hmm. You were the best person ever for 20 years. And then they're like, we're going to send you over here to do shipping.
I think the problem with your argument per se is that would have worked if Brady doesn't go. And you could argue that Brady went to a great team because the Buccaneers had some great pieces. Yeah. When Brady left, and Brady also brought in a whole bunch of great pieces, like Gronk came back. AB, even though AB had his moment.
He still won him some games.
Yeah.
I mean.
So, you know, you can make that argument. But the second he won that ring, those 20 years, some of his credibility took a hit.
I don't know.
I mean, I'm just saying.
Because Tom Brady didn't build the defense.
He didn't build a defense.
Tom Brady wasn't the one that was able to get
he was making them third stringers look like first stringers.
Sometimes, yeah.
A lot of the time. Let's be real. A lot of times he would bring them at least to the playoffs, and then the healthy people would come back. Like Gronk.
Yeah, that's fair.
So that's what I meant by, you could say those 20 years, he was him. From what, 2004? Or 2003?
Something absurd like that.
Till what he left? 2019? I want to say he left Patriots?
Yeah, that sounds right.
I want to be accurate. Mm-hmm. 2019, yeah. So he left 2019. Then he wins.
Mm-hmm. And?
Before he was there, before you started him, let me not say that. Before you started him, you were having losing season. Now, you did go to the Browns and to the Jets.
Bledsoe was having a career. He had a decent season the year before and was having one of his best seasons. Yeah.
You can say he was having one of his best seasons, but they still weren't. I don't think they had a winning record.
Before Brady, I think they were. I think that he was having a good season.
I'm about to Google it right now. Okay. What year was it? 2003?
Yeah, something like that.
Or was it 2000? So nope, that was before then. That's 14-2. 9-7. I'm trying to think of. Oh nope, because they won that year too. Fuck. I need the year before they won.
When Brady started.
Damn, he's been in the league for that long? Okay, here we go. 2000. So yeah. They were 5-11.
When Tom Brady started?
Yes.
What?
Told you.
All right.
And see, this is why we fact check.
Okay.
That's what I'm saying. They were I'm trying to see where the QB's at. So yeah, you had Drew. Actually, it was Michael Bishop who started apparently. Then Drew Bledsoe came in. Then he got hurt. Then Tom Brady came in. Tom Brady was the reserve.
Oh, okay. All right.
So that's why I'm saying what I'm saying. You're 5-11 beforehand. Then all of a sudden, you start winning Super Bowls.
That's fair. I mean,
now you could argue maybe the team wasn't the greatest in 2000. Maybe they got some players that I'm not seeing here. That maybe they got, but you can't go from one year to lose and then a player comes and next year you start winning Super Bowl.
Yeah.
That's what I meant by Belichick's coaching kind of got cut in half. His legacy kind of got split the second he won somewhere else.
Yeah, that's fair.
And that's why people are saying he might feel the need to at least go to a team and try to win one, just to say, yeah, I won a lot with Brady. Yes, Brady was arguably one of the smartest QBs of all time.
Isn't that what the ring with the Giants is, though? Like, I'm capable of doing this, The ring with the Giants.
The ring. But he was a defensive coordinator.
So you're saying he's going to get another head coaching gig?
I think what he should do is go back to defensive coordinator.
What would that prove then?
It would at least, I get what you're saying. It wouldn't prove nothing as the head coach, but what team can you go to and it's guaranteed that you're going to win right now? Right now.
There's no team.
That's what I'm saying.
I mean,
Chiefs are locked up. Eagles are locked up in terms of head coach.
Yeah.
49ers are locked up in terms of head coach. So where can he go to win? Dolphins are locked up. I mean, he can help them with the defense. The Dolphins are locked up.
Well, no, actually, the Dolphins have Vic Fangio.
So they don't even need him. So that's what I'm saying. What team can he go to right now? The only team that would take him is if he drops down into the defensive coordinator.
I don't see him doing that though. That's
he's probably not, because pride comes before the fall.
Yeah.
So his pride is going to tell him no. But I'm saying the smart decision to get that ring.
I think he's looking at it as, I'm 70 years old. Why am I doing this?
Just
like, I think it's him and Pete Carroll.
If that's the case, why didn't he retire before this season?
Because he's still on contract.
There's been coaches that retired while on contract. There's been players that retired while on contract.
Oh yeah, but I think the difference here is it's between going down to defensive coordinator.
Detroit has the most well-known ones to do that.
That's fair. But you're stuck between going down to coordinator, going to another team in general.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's kind of the point when you see the writing on the wall and go, you know what? I had my fun. Let me commentate or be like an insider, be a scout. No, maybe not a scout, but
I'm about to say a scout's crazy. A scout is when you're just trying to catch a check and you're just trying to chill.
Well, even
that's an expensive scout.
An
too.
Analyst. That's what I mean.
Okay.
An analyst, a reporter, not reporter.
I'm about to say
a personality.
Analyst for sure, but I don't think he has a personality.
He could totally be a personality. His
Belichick?
It's weird.
Are we talking about the same person?
Yes, I know it's weird, but
Rex is a personality.
His demeanor that's his personality. You can jive off of that,
Yeah, but I'm pretty sure you know who Greg Popovich is, right? Spurs.
Yes.
He is the NBA equivalent of Belichick.
Yeah.
Same personality. I never heard nobody go up to Greg and be like, hey, when you retire, you think you want to become an analyst? He'd look at you like, hell no. Hell no.
He could though. If he wanted to, he could.
Because I think as a coach, right? I feel like a coach is just another player that just isn't on the field. They are some of the. It's not that simple.
A coach is a lot smarter than any player.
Compared to the all-time greats, that can be argued, but to the average player, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, to the average player,
you know, like the QB has to know like every position, so they're a lot smarter than a lot of other people on the offense.
Even what is it, the lineman? It's one of the linebackers.
The center.
The center. Yeah. There you go.
The center's really smart. The QB's really smart. You know, sometimes you could say the O-line in general is a lot smarter than you'd think.
And the defensive line has to be smart.
But the QB has to know both sides of the ball to a certain extent.
Oh, well, yeah. Okay, yes.
Not
like actual defensive plays, but being able to spot out what it is. Yeah,
well, they do have to know, maybe not like specific, like down to the wire plays, like the way a cornerback
where that safety is at.
Exactly. Well, it's it looks like this. They might be doing a cover, whatever.
Cover two, cover
two, cover three.
Yeah.
You know,
blitzing. Yeah, okay.
Exactly.
I hear what you're saying.
You know, and then you have the coach, which has to know both sides of the ball, and that's why you see a lot of unsuccessful coaches, because they go from, I'm one of the best OCs in the world, and then I'm gonna get a defensive coordinator. You know, I'm gonna get whoever the hell Hackett got. You know, he's an offensive-minded coach, and he got a defensive coordinator. I didn't know his name. That's how bad he was. You know.
Well, all I can say is this, right? And I'm gonna start wrapping up because we are getting a little low on time. Me personally, logically, he should just retire. Yeah. Pride is gonna tell him to probably go look for that one last team. Pride is gonna have him do that, because I guarantee you, he has to have heard. Oh,
it's been said, but who cares?
Yeah. No, they care, because that's his legacy. The second Brady left and won somewhere else, even though it was on a great team.
Yeah, but you have to remember the years leading up to that was not great for New England either.
But I'm not just talking about New England.
Yeah,
that's not his only team he's head coach for. Jets and Browns.
Okay. Well, no, but I'm saying in those last years, Brady got that last ring for New England.
Yes.
And then nothing happened. They had one or two really bad seasons for the Patriots.
Oh, yes.
You know, it wasn't just like they went from this amazing team, Brady left, and then they're garbage. There was a middle period, and then Brady was like, oh, I could go to the Buccaneers. I'm pretty sure there was at least 2 years.
Oh, well, my dumb ass looked up 2020 season. 2021 season. That's the one I gotta look up. All right, so after the 2020 cancel, they were 10-7, and they lost in the wild card to the Bills.
Yeah, that's
17-47.
17-4. Yeah, that's not, that was a Tom Brady, Bill Belichick game. Right?
And the only reason why they say that they had all that is because it was the last pieces from when Tom was there.
Yeah. Oh, no.
Yeah.
Wait. So they made the playoffs with, what, Mac Jones?
Yes.
Okay. I'm talking before Mac Jones.
And they had Nelson Aguilar.
Yeah.
And he's now on the Ravens, and
he's injured. No, I'm kidding.
No, he's not. He just can't catch.
Oh.
All the time, consistently.
Like Kadarius Toney.
Yes. Oh my God, like Kadarius Toney. Oh man.
I'm gonna keep rubbing that in.
That was bad, man. That was bad. But he was doing that with my Giants too.
That's why I keep bringing it up.
Yeah, fuck that motherfucker. I can't stand him. But, and then as we know, the 2022 season was a little rough. But yeah. That's what I'm saying. It was the last little bit of players from that time. Then they start hitting the 89s, and now you see where they're at now.
Yeah.
I mean, that's why I said Pride's gonna tell him, let me see if I can still bring one more team to the. Because
I don't know.
Because then if he can at least bring them to the Super Bowl, then they can say, all right, it wasn't all of Brady. But right now it's looking like people are starting to say, hey, before Brady, you wasn't really shit. After Brady, your team was okay. Then they start to hit the dumper.
Yeah.
And now you're drafting players that aren't working. You're drafting them.
But that could be more. That could be more than just Brady, though.
He's the GM. or not the GM. He's the president or whatever. He's drafting those players that they have right now.
I think that's GM. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because like the Broncos hired George Patton, Paton, from Minnesota. He was the one that got Diggs and a couple other people on that team that are insane. I think Dalvin Cook was on there.
They let go of all these players. Oh wait, no. Some of these players were waived. They waived some of their best players.
Yeah.
James Ferentz, Terrence Mitchell, Malcolm Butler, the same dude who made the Super Bowl catch. He got waived. Darrell Williams, and then Jabril Peppers, but I think he left later on.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to get at, though, is they lost. It wasn't just Brady. It was a lot of players
this is what I'm saying
that left.
When he was there, Super Bowl.
Sure.
Or at least conference champions. At least. They would at least win their conference.
Yeah.
Now, you start waiving players that they were on contract and they got waived by Belichick.
That's another thing that's worth mentioning. When Brady and Belichick were a thing, Bills sucked. Miami sucked. Jets had like 1 or 2 seasons where they were okay. They had a season with Rex Ryan.
But how is that Brady's fault?
It's not Brady's fault. It's why the team like one of the reasons that that the Broncos won back-to-back was
but they were also 8-9 last season.
No, that's fair. But what I'm saying is when the Broncos won, the Chiefs weren't great, Raiders weren't great, Chargers are always the Chargers.
Yeah, that's that's a wish-washy argument right there, Derek.
No, but when you're looking at the Patriots, you're looking at 3 teams that they could easily beat twice a year, except for the Dolphins for some reason. I don't know why. That's 5 or 6 wins that are guaranteed, And now you have the Bills are insane. Or it depends on the week. They're really good. You have the Jets, which is,
So just to let you know, in 2008, right? This is going back to 2008. I just went back just to see. The Miami Dolphins were in first.
2008. Who's their quarterback?
They actually tied with the Patriots. The Jets were 9-7.
That's good for them. Yeah.
Let me see. I don't have a head coach. Oh, sorry. I only have a head coach. I don't have a Oh, here we go. Roster. Let me see. No, this is 20. See, they're playing with me. This is new. This is not their old roster. So
2008.
Yeah. Now I'm gonna keep going back. We gonna see. All right. So you have a point in 2007. Let me see.
Chad Pennington.
The Jets were 10-6.
Was with Mark Sanchez?
Yes.
Okay. Yep.
Still 10-6 and 04. Damn, I didn't realize they had that many 10-6s. This is just me doing a quick look back through. This is from 2008 and back. The Dolphins were 10-6. At some point, they were always facing some competition in their division.
It kind of, yeah.
Now, if we go from 2010s, that might change. Now the Jets are still there. Damn, I didn't realize just how often the Jets were all right. All right, this is when it starts to become a divide. So from, I'd probably say 2012 to around 2013, you have a point. Up until like 2019, you got a point. But the early from 2000 till 2010,
it was more competitive. Yeah.
Yeah, it was a lot more competitive compared to everything after. Yeah, I mean, it starts becoming a little. You see the difference.
Yeah, and I think every division has that one team. The Chargers. I guess the Commanders for your division.
For where they get hot randomly for no reason at one point of the year.
They get hot randomly, or they suck. The whole AFC South is like that.
So this is going to the next topic. Most of these we've already covered, like New York football season, Deshaun Watson we covered, Jimmy Garoppolo, I really don't care about him. They're probably going to try to trade him anyways. The only problem I have with him is that I don't like when teams hold the players so that they can't get their incentives. That is a thing.
Yeah.
I don't like that. If I have the opportunity to go get it, I should be able to go get it. CJ Stroud, Bryce, and Fields. CJ Stroud's been killing it.
Yeah.
Fields have been hurt, but he hasn't seemed to look the same from the previous season.
He has like stretches of games
where he looks all right.
Where he looks all right, and it's like, oh man, if he just turns the corner, and then he turns the corner and he goes the wrong way.
Yeah, you can't keep saying if he turns the corner. You know what? Let me not say that, because I'm the same guy that also says if you're still on your rookie extension, you still have some leeway.
I think the thing with him is if he was in the position Josh Allen was in, we would be talking a lot more about him. He has the raw talent. But if you go through those OCs for the Bears, there is nothing impressive there.
There's not.
It's.
Think about when they trade the players, the Bears come on live TV and say, "Yeah, I'm glad they traded me, man." That's a crazy sentence.
It's like getting out of jail. I mean,
yeah, that's crazy. That's astounding.
Yeah.
Now Bryce is just young, and now we're getting into the questions that I had that didn't really have any facts behind it. Okay. Well, first of all, I want your thoughts on the Olympics flag football shit.
That'd be so cool.
It's a thing they've been trying to get the players to do.
Yeah, I think they've been trying it for a while. I mean,
Tyreek Hill.
I don't think you're gonna get Tyreek Hill.
Nah, he said he's interested in doing it.
Really? Okay.
Yes, he is interested in doing it.
What quarterback do you get then? I mean, like what quarterback is going to do it?
I think any QB that goes far into the playoffs probably won't want to do it because they'll be too tired.
Yeah. I could see
you could get Lamar Jackson if he doesn't go far.
I think the coolest would be like Gardner Minshew.
No,
I love the character of Gardner Minshew.
I think the coolest, like in terms of QB, it would be Lamar, because flag football is more of a agility game.
That's true.
And a speed game. So you'd want all fast pieces on there.
I mean, any of those guys like Lamar, I would throw Russell Wilson in there.
I can see it. No disrespect to him, I can see him being the backup.
Russell?
Yes.
I don't know. I
like Lamar needs a quick break, a quick minute. Let Russell get in there.
Let Russ cook for let Russ throw something in the microwave for a little bit.
Or like it's garbage time. Even though it's flag football, stuff does happen. People trip.
I think that's one of the things though, is you don't really need a backup that's that amazing, which is why I think a lot of people would be interested. Like, I don't think you're actually going to get Tyreek.
I think the main backups you would actually have to have would be like wide receivers and cornerbacks. Because of all the jumping, all the cutting. That's another thing. Somebody could pull an Odell and tear their ACL.
Yeah.
By running.
Plus, I think it's going to be like basketball for a while. You know, the U.S. is just going to win. Like, how many foreign players?
Australia, Germany, Russia.
They exist.
China.
But do they have players in the NFL? Is what I'm saying.
Australia might.
I think Australia has a few. And then I think there's some...
I know Germany.
There's some kickers or punters, but you don't have that in flag football?
Not really. I mean, usually you just throw it.
Yeah.
Just throw that bitch.
I'm so surprised that baseball isn't in the Olympics.
What? Don't they have their own little World Cup that they do?
I mean,
now?
Every sport does.
No, but I'm saying now it's like new. It's not something they always did.
No, it's been around for a while. It was famous last year
because of
Ohtani and Trout.
Yeah, because
they were on the same team and captains for the other team.
And it came down to those two.
Yep.
That's what it was.
And then Japan won the most recent one. I think it's every like 5 years or something like that. U.S. won the last one, which is why the U.S. started kind of caring a bit more, is because they won. But usually it's Japan or some South American country. And then you have the U.S. that usually places really high. And then you have some countries in Europe where it's like construction workers and dentists and and they're just playing baseball for the World Cup, basically.
But that's because they were skilled enough to do it. That's why. There is some skill. I don't care what nobody says. If you have the ability to come onto any kind of cup that involves the international team, you have some skill. You might be a barber, but you know how to hit a baseball.
I forget what the guy's profession was. He was like some like construction worker.
Now there was a guy in the MLB who tore his ACL. I don't know if you saw that. That shit was crazy. I said, I feel so bad. It was one of the Cuban guys or whatever.
Oh, yeah.
He tore his. I felt so bad for him.
Yep.
But, I mean, I'm trying to think. I'll have to get like a list of players. I don't have a list of players for my dream team.
See, I think a second string dream team could win the Olympics.
Oh, definitely.
I mean,
most QBs that are in the NFL would destroy any high school or college prospect. Most, not all. Some of them came in ready.
High school? I'm not sure. High school?
No, definitely not high school. I'm talking about college.
Okay.
College, some of them came in a little ready, but probably say average. Even the backup in the NFL would smoke most.
It's like those videos you see of I forget the guy's name. Oh, in basketball.
The what was it, All-Star for the NFL? Remember when they had the high school, the college, and then they had Russell?
No.
You didn't watch that?
No, I can't say.
It was the high school, college, then they had a backup, then they had Russell Wilson because Russell was starting for the Seahawks at the time.
Okay.
And they had all of them. High school didn't do nothing.
No.
College, I think they got a few points in college. Mm-hmm. Then the backup came in. He did all right. Russell almost got like a perfect score. Some shit like that. Yeah. It was like something ridiculous. Like
what I'm thinking of is I forget the guy's name. He was on the NBA and he was like an 8-man. And people kept shitting on him because, oh, you're an 8-man, you suck, you always suck.
Oh, that happens all the time.
And then they would show up to like a hoop, and it's like, yeah, listen, you wanna play me? Mm-hmm. And then every single person would lose.
Listen, I always tell people the worst NBA basketball player would give the average go to a hoop in a park would give them the business.
The best guy at your spot, regardless of where it is still worse than the worst NBA
Even the best player on some high school teams would give the average person problems. I mean, that's not to say you can't lose. MJ lost to a guy
a street guy.
Even he lost, and you could tell MJ got serious at a certain point, but he was old.
Yeah,
he was older. He wasn't like
this was after.
I think,
what team was he on after the Bulls?
Wizards.
Yeah,
but it might have been a little after that too.
I think it was post Wizards.
Yeah, post MJ. So it wasn't like prime time.
Yeah, so you're talking about MJ in his 40s losing to a guy that plays every day.
That's what I'm saying. Like, the guy was like some average. It was some guy off the street.
I think he played like street ball every day or something like that.
But still, it's like that's gonna happen. But in their primes, like in their athletic primes, no way.
Yeah, no.
Nobody's gonna be able to touch them. But so my next question is, if there was an era of football you could watch or had the physical ability to play in, which era and why?
Okay, there's a few answers for that.
Okay, go ahead.
Now, because I like money. That's fair.
And it is easier to play in now.
Yeah. I think if
I say easier, it's less detrimental to your health overall.
Yeah. If I was playing pre-90s, I would probably be a running back, and I'd be okay with that. 90s is when
Time out. You do the running back was getting brutalized back. You said pre-90s.
Yes, everyone was getting brutalized pre-90s.
But the running backs were getting worse.
But they got paid.
They got paid. Okay, that's true.
I'm thinking about my being vertically challenged. I could realistically.
No, I said the physical ability. That means you can give yourself whatever physical ability you need to play. Like for me, like at my current stature, I'd probably be a running back too.
Yeah.
But I'd have to bulk up.
That's 100%.
The speed I'd probably be able to get.
I would look like CJ Anderson.
I would say you're more of like a McCaffrey.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
like modernized.
I was still thinking 90s. I was thinking of his dad.
No.
I don't know why.
No, Christian McCaffrey. Not the one back then.
If I had the opportunity to play with John Elway,
I think
I would take it.
Anybody would. I think anybody in any era would.
Well, as a Broncos fan specifically, that's why I would want to, even if it's not Super Bowl 31, 32, even to play on, we got blown out by the 49ers like 3 years in a row, something like that.
I mean, at least you guys are on the Bills.
Yeah.
Was it 3 or 4 back to back to back 4, and you lose all?
Or was that no? The Vikings lost 4. They were not in a row.
Yeah, but the Bills lost, I think,
4
3
in a row.
Oh no, they did lose 4. Okay,
I think it was 4. I'm pretty sure.
I'm pretty sure you're right though, but I will fact check it.
I think if I was just gonna be a player, I would probably go 2000s.
Yeah, it's 4.
2000s to now would probably be the best time. I'm not sure if I would want to play old school.
Oh, okay. Who do you prefer to watch more?
Prefer to watch. In what regard?
I prefer to watch. I could answer the question now if you want me to, but as in visually, who do you find more appealing? Because me personally, right now, visually, I don't like to watch the NFL. Not even when we're winning or losing. It's just it doesn't feel like the same.
I think nowadays the games are just worse.
But the players are actually more skilled now.
Which is why it looks worse.
Yeah.
I think the 2000s was actually really a nice spot. Even though you had the Patriots just being that team.
My Giants took 2 from him. So
No, fair.
My Giants took 2 off him.
But even then, there was a lot of back and forth between a lot of teams. You had I was talking earlier about Rivers and Gates. They would play amazing games, but then the Broncos would still kick their butt sometimes. But kick their ass sometimes.
Yeah, listen, you can censor yourself. I'm not.
I didn't censor myself until that very moment.
You definitely said butt.
I did say butt. Yeah. I think 2000s is probably because even when the Broncos were bad, they still had some games where they would show up, and the Chargers were a better team at the time, but they were still the Chargers. So it would be like, oh man, I'm going to watch Kyle Orton play the Chargers and win out of nowhere. I think nowadays the games are more, I don't want to say more obvious about who's going to win, because there's still some if this happens, it'll go this way. But you could watch the first half of a football game and be like, yeah, this game sucks. You can watch the first quarter of a football game.
Shit. You know how many that Giants versus Jets game when first half had 6 punts. I say, yeah, no, this gonna be and I still sat there and watched it. Me and my dad, and we were both looking at each other no matter which team you're repping, this is bad.
But even the Chargers Jets game, what was it, 23-3 or something like that, 23-6?
Yeah, that game was rough to hold. What? Listen,
you watch the first quarter of that game.
I was there.
You see 14-0, and it's this is.
By the way, I didn't even see them score the first 7.
Oh, Jesus.
I didn't even we sat down and we saw it was when they scored, we were like, I said, oh, it's not, I thought it was 7-0, it's 14-0. She said, I think we missed them scoring right at the start.
Exactly. You see 14-0 and you know the Jets.
Well, if it's the first quarter, the defense might be able to save them.
Maybe.
If it's the Jets,
I wouldn't be hopeful. If I was watching the highlights of a game on my phone and I see 14 unanswered points in the first quarter, I'm not watching this game. Unless I know they come back out of nowhere. That doesn't really happen as much, I think older football, you kind of got those cool comebacks and stuff like that.
Well, I'm gonna answer it now. If there was a time that I probably would like to play in, probably say from then this is just me. Probably say 2000s to 10s.
Yeah.
Because 2010s was the time just before the rules really started changing.
Yeah.
So it was a good time to watch it.
If you could play any position, what position would it be?
Realistically, it probably would be. Do you want offense and defense, or just in general?
We'll say you're whatever height, whatever weight, whatever position you want to play. You have the ability to play on either side. Actually, you know what? Pick one on each. Because I think I got 2 answers.
Probably. All right, I'm gonna have 2 different versions. I'm gonna do the one with yours. Probably wide receiver.
Okay.
But realistically, probably running back.
Yeah.
Now defensive wise, probably safety.
Okay.
Safety, you don't have to be that tall per se. You just have to be quick and you have to be able to jump.
Oh no, with any physical abilities. Personally, I would want to play corner because then I would be one of those guys that plays corner for X amount of years, and then I reach that age, and then I play safety. You know, I think that would be my ideal.
But I don't think that's how it works though.
Yeah.
Generally, they get rid of the cornerbacks pretty quick if they start hitting that slump. They don't just shift them to the safety.
Some of them can though. I believe, was it Aqib Talib?
Now, I'm not saying it's not possible that they don't do that. I'm just saying it's not the average thing they do. That they get shifted. Usually they just trade them off and then they get cut by somebody else.
That's fair, but that is one of those few jumps that you can make.
That you can do. That you can go from. Yeah, you are right. You can go from quarterback to safety, or you can even go from. Even though you have to gain weight, you could be like one of those linebackers that are off the line. Guards.
Like wasn't Ray Lewis like that? Yeah.
Which is more off the lines because you're quick enough to play the pass, but you're also strong enough to where you can blitz.
Yeah.
Which is like Troy Polamalu.
Polamalu.
Not Troy. I don't know why I said Troy, but
I think it's Troy.
Is it Troy?
Troy Polamalu. Yeah.
Yes, it is. I was right. But yeah, I mean, I would have a field day because I know for a fact I would have to probably get my stamina up.
Yeah.
And weight. But outside of that, in terms of like hands, besides that one game that I had with you, to where I couldn't catch the ball.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah, that was rough. I don't know why I couldn't catch the ball. Besides that one game, I know in fact I have the hands and probably the overall agility. I'd probably have to wear a knee brace though, because my knees would get fucked up.
Oh yeah.
But no, yeah, I would definitely love to do that.
It'd be really cool to be one of those. I'll say Swiss Army knife running backs.
That can block and catch and run.
Catch, block, and run.
The blocking would be a little rough for me though.
Yeah.
I mean, you're trying to block almost 5'10" to 6 foot dude.
I'm cutting every single time.
Yeah. Well, you can't cut.
Your knees would be. No, you are.
No, I don't think the running back can cut.
You're allowed to. You're not allowed to if they're already with someone.
Or if they're out in the open field.
Yes. So like if I'm blocking you, the running back can't hit your legs.
Because I know the linebackers can cut.
Yes.
If the play warrants it, they can cut. But it's not something that you can just do willy-nilly anymore.
I think the running back still can in the backfield.
Oh, yeah. You could be right. That'd be like one of those rules where I'd have to really dig to find.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure. I'm not 100 though. I can't say I'm 100% on any of the rules. And I don't think the refs are either.
Nah, some of the refs definitely aren't.
Yeah.
But so I got only 2 more topics, and this is just to round it off. So this has to do with the NBA. Since you are, slowly becoming a new.
I'm trying.
a new NBA guy over here. Since his Broncos looking a little rough. He's supposedly a Nuggets fan because it's just the Denver Nuggets.
I'm a Colorado guy.
Bandwagon.
I mean, no, come on.
Bandwagon. No. I ain't never seen you say, you know what, I'm gonna watch the Nuggets play. I ain't never heard that.
No, you're right. But it was I took it as an opportunity to get into basketball.
And I told you, every game I put you on to has been pretty good.
Yes.
You wanted to watch some game. It was like a Pistons versus.
Oh no, That was
no, it was
Milwaukee.
Hornets. No, it was Hornets versus somebody.
Oh.
Hornets versus Nets, wasn't it?
Yes, yeah.
And I said, you wildin'. Pacers. It was Pacers versus somebody else.
And then I was watching, I was watching some other game, and then it was Warriors OKC.
Oh, that was a good one.
That was a really good game.
That was really good. And they didn't have Shy.
Yeah.
They didn't have Shy that game.
If I was picking, fresh, if I was just picking a team.
Yeah, no. Yeah.
OKC would be a good pick.
Timberwolves, listen. Okay.
Timberwolves, yeah.
Time out. I'm about to get crucified in my cousin's group chat. Listen. All the way back in because I think he was drafted 2020, right? I said, and I still do say this, the Magic are the teams that can get talent but can't keep it. And the Timberwolves are the West Coast version or the Western Conference version of that. Now, I told him in my group chat, I said, listen, they're not going to be shit until Anthony Edwards gets his defense right.
Okay.
Because when he first came into the league, that boy was horrible on defense. Not horrible, definitely below average.
Yeah.
But he was a rookie. So I said, you know what, rookies, You know, they don't always come in like a Kawhi who was all defense and then became offense.
Yeah.
Sometimes you got to build it. Now that boy hooping. And now he's playing defense. So so if you're new and you're coming into the game, I would definitely look at Anthony. Ant-Man. That's what they call him. They're definitely a good one. I thought the Kings were gonna be better. As I said with my previous podcast, you should check that out. I think it's episode 5. I will verify that right now. Episode 6. They're just having a rough start, man.
OKC has kept up the pace though, because I remember last year they were in the playoffs, right?
Yeah, but they made it because they made the play-in, and that's another thing I have with people. I don't understand what this confusion is with this in-game tournament, or even there was confusion with even the play-in tournament at one point. People were very against it. Oh, why is the 10th seed playing against the 8th seed? Or why is the 10th seed even in consideration? It should just be one game because now you're having players play extra games, blah, blah.
Well,
that's changed.
Were the Heat a play-in team?
Yes.
Okay, yeah.
They were the 10th seed, I think.
That's the only thing you have to say.
Like, but think about because you weren't around when it first came in. When it first came in, people were, even LeBron James came out and said he was against it.
Yeah.
He ended up being a play-in team.
Yeah, I mean...
Of which he might not... Well, they were the 8th seed, so he might not have been a play-in seed regularly, but he would have been facing the Denver Nuggets.
Okay.
So...
But the Heat making it to the finals is kind of like, hey, look, these guys get hot, you could be screwed. And that's important. That competition...
And that's what people were saying. That's what people are hoping for the in-game tournament to be. But it's just... One, I don't like the courts.
No, I think those will get better in time. Yeah. I think if that's not a reason to get rid of it at all, you know? I think some of them are actually pretty cool.
Yeah, some of them are cool, and then some of them are like Milwaukee, man. They got
yeah. I think there's the good ones. Then you have the kind of uninspired whatever. I mean, it's kind of hard to do one for the Brooklyn Nets because it's black and white, and they just kind of made a gray. You know, I think that's just kind of uninspired, especially since a lot of the other teams just don't have their colors in there. So you could really do whatever you want. Just make it look cool, you know?
Raptors could have a cooler one. I think they should have brought it back to the 90s for that one. Bring out that Raptors purple and red and black.
One of the best logos that they don't use anymore.
I think that's because of that's because of the whole Vince Carter Sega. Because the way Vince Carter went out.
That's fair.
They didn't like it. So... But, I mean, you got them. Let me pull up the NBA. Because I'm just... Pelicans are another one, which you could also look out for because of Zion.
Yep.
As long as he stays healthy. The 76ers have been hooping. The Pacers, Tyrese no-look Halliburton. Every time he does... Sometimes...
Yeah. No, you're talking about that.
You're on the baseline. Why are you looking into the crowd? What reason?
Well, the one I saw, I think it was like a fast break.
Yeah, and the
guys, it's him and one other person, and there's maybe one defender.
Yeah.
And then he looks all the way this way and throws the ball to the one other guy. Like, where was the ball gonna go?
Yeah. I think one he got a tweet from somebody.
Yeah.
They said, "Why do you always no look, even though we can clearly tell you're looking?" Because he'll move his eyes to look that way. Then he'll look straight.
Yeah.
And then he'll throw the no look. It's not like, then he's looking around and then he throws it. It's like you look one way. You look in the way you're gonna throw it first. So we know. But and his answer to the tweet was just vibes.
Honestly, that's a goated answer.
Yeah. Just because of the vibes. But the Orlando Magic have had a good start.
Okay.
The Heat. They're 5-4. I forgot about them.
The Nuggets beat the Warriors. I don't think the Warriors had to lead that whole game.
No, but the Warriors are gonna be up and down.
That's fair.
They're gonna be up and down just because they're older team.
The Nuggets, they still won.
Oh, this man. Oh,
if you're gonna call me a bandwagon, I'm gonna act like it.
Nah. You don't have to act like it. You choose to. But yeah, I mean, the Timberwolves are good young team to look out for. The Pacers, the Hawks, the Magic. The 76ers have Maxey. He's going crazy. The Houston Rockets have had a better start than what I expected. I thought they would be in play-in team, but right now they're 5-3. It is the start of the season, so let's hold off. It's the 82-game season.
I know. I saw something when the Rockets played the Warriors. Curry went 4 for 16 at the 3 line.
I told you to watch that game.
Yeah.
And I think you said you fell asleep or something like that.
Yeah, probably. I go to bed at 9 and get up at 5, dude. I'm an old man.
I get it. But these games on the West Coast really be the main games. Wow.
But there was an interview with Dylan Brooks.
Mm-hmm. Oh, he got cooked.
He got
cooked.
I think they were talking about the threes, and Curry went 4 for 16, which isn't terrible, but that's also Curry, you know?
Okay, I'm about to pull up his stats right now. Oh, I hate when they do this. Come on, StatMuse. They recently StatMuse has decided to put up a paywall so you can't see certain stats on newer players or on players that you want to see unless you pay. Here we go, team stats. And this is probably gonna be, he had 40 points, 13 for 23 from the field. He got cooked.
13 for 23.
He got cooked.
Maybe I saw a different game.
No, you could be, maybe, let me see.
Because the one I saw, Curry went 4 for 16
that
from
could
the
been
three.
Nah, that, I don't know what game. Was it a recent game?
It was fairly recent, yeah.
28. How many points did he have? Do you know?
That I don't remember.
You say he was 4 for 6.
I just remember I think they got to stop interviewing Dylan Brooks at this point.
No, they're going to, because it's content.
Yeah, you know, I know why, and I totally understand why they're doing it, but at the same time, it's like, who really cares about? I mean, he is an average at best defender, you know.
Yeah, but it's highlights. That's true. It's just for, you know.
But actually, that's probably wrong. He's decent.
Yeah, I got 4 for 14 against the Suns.
Okay, I don't know.
Yeah, that's 4 for 7 for 10. After that, I don't see nothing. 4 for 14. Then you got 7 for 10 against Sacramento. 6 for 14. Well, that was from 3. 6 for 14 against Houston. And then 7 for
okay, that's what it was. Against Houston, 6 for 14. Yeah,
but he cooked them though.
Yeah,
13 for 23. So I mean, like I said, and then Curry had him jumping around like as if he was a frog.
That I saw.
Yeah, that was crazy. So I mean, it is what it is. But I think we're gonna wrap it up. You know, my boy Derek.
Oh, thank you for having me.
Thank you for coming.
Oh.
I mean, this is what, your first time being on a podcast, I think?
Unless you want to count those Skype calls from like 2016.
Those are not podcasts. No, I was recording shits.
We recorded some of them.
Who?
Matt recorded some of them.
That's weird.
No, some of them were vaguely a podcast. It wasn't quite like this setup or anything.
Like at his house.
Yeah. Some of them were through Skype though.
Oh, okay. No, I thought you meant as in like the conversations, me, you, Danny, like that's what I meant by.
Yeah, some of them were set up as a podcast.
Oh, I didn't know that. I didn't know I was being recorded.
That's not good. Yeah,
I was talking shit. I was talking shit regular.
Yeah, I think it was when we were talking about video games and stuff.
Oh, okay. Yeah, but yeah, no, I didn't. But yeah, man. I mean, hey, I appreciate you coming out.
Yeah,
stopping by. You know, don't be surprised if he's back in. You have a pretty good radio voice.
Do I?
Yeah. You have more of a like post announcer voice, not an announcer voice. Because you really don't get hyped like that.
No, I'm not very hyped. I'm tired
to be an announcer. But I'm talking about as like somebody who's after the game is done. I can see you doing that.
I think I would have to get past listening to my own voice for 2 hours. You know. Well, although I guess if you're an announcer, you don't have to listen.
Yeah,
to
you don't have
voice,
to listen to it. You can actually just take the thing out.
Yeah,
take that little earpiece out. True. But you also won't hear them, so they might get a little mad. But you can do it. It's been done before. But this has been your boy, Huey, also known as Caleb to some. You got your boy Derek, you know, also known as Dare Bear. We could always cut that out.
That is so old, and you were probably the last person that knows that.
The only person who would know it would be Danny, but he wasn't there for it.
Danny knows it because of you, though.
Yeah, that's true. And not as that, Danny would also get roasted because he's had numerous moments.
Yes.
Of shortcomings.
See,
I have two.
Mine I was able to hide because of Danny's.
Some of them.
Some of them still got brought up, yeah.
Mm-hmm. But this has been the Huey Show, episode 7. Check your boy out on Twitter, on Instagram. Derek, you ain't got none of that. I think the only thing you got is a Twitter, and
I don't even use it.
So there's no even point.
Don't find my Snapchat, please. That's for friends only.
No, I'll find that. I'm gonna go on Snapchat now, blow his shit up. You about to have about to have 2 people add you. About to be that's
Right.
it. But yeah, we will see you guys next time. Oh, and don't forget to check out my cousin's new album, 66 songs.
66 songs?
Yes, he has a lot of songs on that.
That's like 4 albums.
Yes. I mean, he Chris Browned it. And, and don't be afraid to, of course, check out Rack and his album that he also dropped. I always forget it. But you heard at the start. We will see you guys when we see y'all. Deuces.